executing Twisted Minds, and that almost mistaken diversion is proof that they know exactly what they're doing.
That's highlight, that's content, that's going to the stories everywhere.
It's memes, it's dreams, it's... Here.
According to LaFell, mission failed successfully.
Hey, you remember the time y'all sent me to that diversion alone?
I think it's because, okay, they decided to check, and then they realized, oh, there's someone there. And maybe Tokyo was just like, wait, there's someone there. Whoop!
It's not someone, it's some 5.
Again, it's insanity how they were able to get away with that and still got a big win.
Yeah, massive trade again. Just literally.
Oh, here we go again.
Kuejo with everyone. Diversion up top.
All right, that's the whole team now. So that for sure was meant to be. Doris Pathway to delay their entry. Golden Hour gets dropped down. Kuejo, perfect yet again. The attempted entry by Daisy gets a stop. But the Golden Hour plus the combination from the Paquito. Geltag are on the way. Welcome back to MWI. Kiowa one step closer to advancing. They're getting the bodies. Tokyo gets a double kill. They are looking sharp. They're looking good while doing it. And Geltec still need a little bit more. They don't have the minions. They can't end it just yet, as Twisted are holding on for dear life.
Mid lane up. Oh, goes Sa. 3 defenders left. The turret crashes in. Geltec, I don't think they're gonna make the same mistakes. They're gonna force it. Point blank diversion. Where'd they go?
Geltec Cyber Team shuts down the Bruno, and they will advance into the knockouts with a sweep over Twisted Minds.
Despite the long wait, prior to game 2 starting up, it seems like that did not do anything to the momentum, to the focus, to the state of flow that Geltec are in. Their specific brand of aggressive MLBB and of course playful shenanigans in the battlefield have earned them a slot in the knockout stage.
That has to be one of the most iconic. Coach Osprey is Coach Osprey, no.
He's sniggering. He's like,
you know what?
That is one of the darndest things I've ever seen.
Guys,
apologize to Tokyo right now.
here's the thing. If I was Tokyo, I would tell the team this is why my Clint was first pick. You put me between 5 people and I still survive.
And it's not even the most safe gold laner.
Yeah.
He has 1 dash backwards.
He's not a Moskov. He's not a Claw.
He's not a Hanabi.
I'm gonna say this now. That is the most iconic win of MWI so far.
Yeah.
It's one of the moments of all time.
Only on Stream B, baby.
That's where you can philosophically say it, that mistakes can be opportunities.
Yeah.
Remember her game number 1? We said that someone has to throw bodies?
Yeah.
They embodied that differently.
Let's throw the body of our gold laner.
The gold laner, dude, like it could have been like the EXP laner. Maybe the mid laner would have survived that.
Can you imagine though how insanely fast Tokyo was to react to all of that? She survived with like this much HP. Still, that's a dash, flicker, and while simultaneously yelling, "Help!"
Okay. It might also be a testament to her team's reaction time. They're all like, oh,
I think they realized, oh, we brought her over. Oh no!
Or it could just be one of those moments, be like, I bet you won't survive that. Watch me, Mungos!
hey Tokyo.
Like, I don't know. I feel like we gotta talk to Osprey and just be like,
Yeah.
what happened there? And how was his reaction back?
Okay.
Is that Tokyo or
It's
Kyowa?
Liubon. It's Liubon.
It's Liubon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
I hope they ask about the Tokyo thing.
I mean,
that was that.
Master's here. He can hear. Like, ask about the thing.
You know what that was? That was a Tokyo drift, man.
The Tokyo
You know what?
trip.
Okay, we're gonna be looking at the highlights. We gotta see how that even happened in the first place.
Yeah.
It
Like-
literally just...
Like, did she walk in, or did the rest of the team be like, you know, this is not good? Boom, they all disperse.
What if that was on purpose, right? What if?
I kind of hope it is. It's like, you know what? We know Tokyo. She's gonna space out. Watch me send her here.
That's really. Oh,
It is a
That's the
moment.
one.
oh, that's so fast.
Yeah, but the thing is, it doesn't show the before, so we don't know how
Yeah.
that really happened.
It only
but-
showed the moment proper.
Yeah. I really think it was because they thought they were going together as a team. When they saw one, they decided against it. But by the time they realized they were going out, Tokyo was way too far from the edge of the circle to get out.
I have a theory.
yeah.
But
Maybe Tokyo was fixing her items. You know what I mean? Like just juggling or prioritizing something, and then whoa, it happens to me plenty.
That is TikTokable.
Yeah,
Right, for her to build her brand, you know, just take that clip and be like, hey, look at me, man.
Yep, I survived this,
Even my team can't kill me.
and they tried.
That is one of my favorite things ever.
Yeah.
Stream B.
If somehow something else tops that, I'll be impressed.
Yeah.
That's a challenge.
Okay. How? What? How else would...
Nothing shatters Chincha, dude.
Yeah.
I think the only thing, like other than Iluyi, is like Jawhead, Johnson, that can like sabotage your whole team. What other things can do that?
Matilda. No,
yeah.
you have to press that. You have to press that.
Yeah.
That one is really on you then.
Yes.
What else?
Anyways,
Oh, a Grok wall.
that one is good.
Yeah,
That one is good.
that's a classic.
You know what? First of all, we would like to say congratulations to GCT making it to the knockout stage. It's not the end for Twisted Mind, which is also like should give them some breather. They will have one more best of 3 to play, you know, dictating whether they get to the knockouts or get eliminated. Speaking of, it looks like Aurora unfortunately has been eliminated. It's a sweep. In fact, while we almost started the game, Vitality and Genji is already started. So
A caught up.
yeah, well, they're in the third
ahead.
match.
They're ahead.
We just finished our second one. So we'll see. It's a race of time, but also it would be very interesting to see the development of Genji against Vitality, because again, that was the grand finals of 2025. It really can go either way.
I love it. Saudi, that was the grand finals. Patty, it's just in the group stage. It's Christmas in July.
And winning it gives you a ticket to the knockouts.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's gonna be a good match. Oh, they're already in the draft. I can see it.
Yeah.
Picking, banning. Yeah. Check that out.
I'm more excited for the interview.
Yeah. Please, if you can. Actually, no, you all have the capability. Just put us both up.
You
A
have the
and B.
freedom.
Well, with that, we're going to be throwing it over to Naisu for an interview. Please ask, how did that Louis thing happen?
Thank you so much, guys. I wish I could ask that, but I have another question. We're with Leo Bun, the XP laner here from Geltech Cyber Team. They just move on forward now to the knockouts. Congratulations, Leo Bun.
Thank you.
My first question is something that we all wanted to know too. In game 1, you guys picked the Aulis pick in the jungle for Kiowe. Why the Aulis?
Because Kiawe like owls, and also it was a Spray's idea.
Okay. And I know they want to know about the other picks, the Louis, but we also want to know if you guys, Geltech Cyber Team, gets to pick your opponent going into the knockouts, what team would you guys like to face off against?
I think it doesn't matter.
Any team. Any team is fine.
Yeah.
You're ready for
Yeah.
any team. Okay. I think you guys are well prepared from what you showed us. I mean, even Tokyo. I think Tokyo is well prepared for the knockouts after being sent through the diversion. Last question, Leoban, before we go ahead and pass it over. Any message you want for your supporters out there for Geltech Cyber Team? You can say it in English, you can say it in your own language, whatever you feel like saying
I
to your
would do
supporters.
it by languages.
Okay.
Thank you everyone for supporting us, and hello to my friends and for Marбон. Передаю привет своим друзьям, родственникам и Марбону.
Okay, thank you so much. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
And good luck in the next stage of MWI. That's going to be it here for us. We're going to be throwing it to a bit of a break before our third match. We'll see you guys after the break.
Play is in our DNA. Whenever we let it out, it becomes our superpower. Now imagine an entire city being built to supercharge it. Kadir City, powered by play.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And it looks like we are starting the match right now. It is going to be Na'Vi going up against Falcon Daisies. And this is, believe it or not, this is an elimination match. Na'Vi against Falcon Daisies, which again, both teams are one of those teams that people have been looking forward to actually advancing to the knockout stage, and one of them is not going to do that. Welcome back. This is MWI, Mobile Legends Bang Bang Women International at the Esports World Cup 2026. My name is Vel. Alongside me is Leo as well as Naisu. Thank you very much, Naisu, for joining us for this one. That was an amazing series, by the way. A lot of things happened in both game number 1 and game number 2.
Yeah, it took a bit to get there, but I wanted to ask, I know I was just on stage there with Leo Bun.
មកត្រឡប់មកការ live stream បាទ
I wanted to, but
តគ្នាយើងទាំងអស់គ្នាបាទ
keep it simple
មកត្រឡប់
because,
មក ការ live
so
stream
I had
ទាំងអស់គ្នា
No, I don't know.
I pre-prepped her a little bit, man. I wanted to know too, but
You know what?
Hey,
Let's just ask Osprey off stream.
we'll just go ahead and ask that. But they gave me a gift, by the way, too. Thank you so much, Geltech.
You say spasibo.
Huh?
Spasibo.
Spasibo. I should have asked you before. Hey, what a match, though. Full set
លុយ
back
សុត
match.
លុយសាតមកកែវ
Clint first pick was already a surprise. I did not expect for Clint to be thrown into a diversion and then not dying, and then Geltech
ចៃ
gets 2
អ៊ីនធឺណេត
kills.
ធ្វើស្អី
That's got to be a series that
ណា
trumps most anything we've seen on Stream B so far.
Yeah.
That is the most Murphy's Law I've ever seen, where anything that can happen will happen.
I was going to stop this guy from
Hey,
watching.
I was gonna say that was about the discussion you guys had too before
Yeah.
jumping in the game too.
Dude, like, I don't know, something about being bored leads me to learn about physics. Maybe next time I learn chemistry. I learned a bit about
សួ
biology.
ស្តី
but
គ្នាយើង
we're
ទាំងអ
gonna
ស់
talk
គ្នា
about that
បាទត្រឡ
later
ប់
on, 'cause now
មក
we gotta
កាន់
talk about
វីដេអូ
Na'Vi.
ថ្មីរបស់ខ្ញុំ
Na'Vi against Falcon
ការ live
Daisies
stream
here.
ហើយថ្ងៃនេះគេថាមានការប្រកួតខ្មែរយើងលេងបាទ ដូចជាម៉ោង 9 ជាង
expecting from both teams.
Falcon Daisies, at least to be fair, put up quite a fight. They
Yeah.
took it all the way, and for a majority of Game 3, that clincher, the rubber match in their best of 3 yesterday against Falcons Vega Mena, could have looked like they were going to win, right?
Yeah.
On the other hand, Na'Vi PH, Joseph, what's happening with Na'Vi PH?
It just happens to be that we're two
Yeah.
Filipinos over
It could
here.
be 3.
It could be three. It could be 3, right? We have the balance scales here right now. But I will say this. I think for a lot of people, because this was the question I had, like, what happened in the matchup for Na'Vi PH yesterday? And it was just I don't know, I feel like for a lot of us too, even on the broadcast or the viewers watching, it just didn't look like the Na'Vi you kind of expected to show up here for MW1.
That and historically speaking, right? Maybe go back a year, 2 years. The Kamai have always had Team Philippines' number.
That's
it happened more than once.
That's true.
That whether in the men's division or the women's division, they've always done well against us.
I guess shout out to the coach. They understand that
ទស្សនគ្នាយើងទាំងអស់គ្នាបាទ
one of the playmakers
ទៅ
for
លោ
the
គ្នា
team.
យើង
Right, I still remember game number 1. They didn't have a lot of crowd control. By the way, this is not Ayanami, Keishi, Rain, Mireille, as well as Rian. And yeah, maybe just picking up Mireille over and over and over again is, I guess, a simple solution to deal with.
លុយខ្ញុំនិយាយដែរឬទេ
And they were able to somehow relegate not Ayanami to becoming just a body.
Yeah.
That's not how not Ayanami plays. If not for the Savage Empress, Shinoa, back in 2024, I think not Ayanami would have been my MVP.
Yeah, 100%. But I think also you can look at, man, Falcon Daisies, they probably saw exactly how zoned in they were on taking out Murray, and that was a big game plan against that matchup against Na'Vi PH that they probably will look to replicate the same thing in their matchup now against Na'Vi Philippines. And if they want to go ahead and draft that way, I mean, gentlemen, already in the first 2 matches, we've had how many more unique picks, right? More unique heroes come to the forefront already here at day 2 at MWI. And I know the same thing has happened
even on Stream A. So there's a whole lot of, I think, flexibility. The thing that I would say messes things up for Na'Vi in this matchup is, again, Falcon Daisies, as we look at the roster here, it seems like they have this chaotic synergy about them. I know it's weird to say that, but it's just they're kind of hectic in terms of the way they move around the map, the way they make plays, but it seems to work for them too in a way.
It's just Burmese MLBB.
Let's talk about Starsoy, because she brought the link, and her link was much faster activated compared to the link that we saw previously today, because all she needed was the Berserker Fury. That's all she needed, and then it was all upkill from there, right? So we just want to see whether she will bring it up again.
Looks very different from Miss Meow's link, you know, and
But they still got away with it.
they still got away with it. They did, but it's one thing that can, I guess, if for Na'Vi, they can go ahead and try to go ahead and counterplay into if we see assassin junglers, because the Hirara, I can't even say it, man. Hirara. The Hirara is
you know what
still
my
being picked
mindset
up.
is?
What is it?
We decide what it is.
That's how I feel.
We're the voices.
No, we're not.
We're the voices
We
of
are the
MLBB.
No, we're not. Not a single one of our voices are in
តោះ
the
សួស្តី
game.
គ្នាយើងទាំងអស់គ្នាបើ
They should be.
តិចទៀតដល់គូខ្មែរយើងលេងហ្នឹងបាទ
Sometimes when you watch the thing and you know it's
Chẳng
everyone
dừng,
opens
à.
it, but regardless.
Regardless.
មើលនេះឈឺឈៀសិនទៅបាទ
Hirara still has
អូ
a
ខេ
very
ហើយកុំភ្លេចជួយ like ជួយ share ខ្ញុំផងអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នា
before.
ហើយកុំភ្លេចជួយ subscribe
Streams right
channel ខ្ញុំ
now
ម្នាក់មួយផង
But Harara is definitely still something that I feel like the teams want to test out. I just don't know how long they want to test that out for.
ចិត្តដល់ហើយអ្នកគ្នាចិត្តដល់ហើយ
I think it's past testing.
It's still misunderstood though.
It is.
I mean, you guys mentioned that too. Like, what team misunderstands it more?
Yeah, honestly, it really is still misunderstood, where I kind of feel like it's just not enough time, especially if you consider the knockout stage. It's not that you have a lower bracket. You lose, you're out, right? You have a lower bracket after the semifinals for the third place match, but come on, you're here to win it, right? You're here to become champions, not to be third place.
That's why I gave the meta 72 hours to settle. Because after the group stage, no more.
Yeah, 72 hours. That's about the time. So
That's
are
the
we
group
at that
stage.
threshold now?
After the group stage.
After the group stage.
Yep. So when you're in the knockouts, as LaFell said, there's no more time to experiment.
No more
So
time.
by Friday,
When the weekend comes, and then every game is a must-win, or else you.
today is the second last day of MWI.
Exactly.
Yeah. Which is still quite some time, and so far, I would say the wins that Hirara has, not necessarily because of her.
Yeah.
It's just the consequence of the rest
Chúng
of her
dễ
life,
vậy sợn mấy vậy tí tí quá này.
Now we're gonna
Sắp
talk
show
about
kể
this
mà.
one because again, we gotta remind everyone, in case you tune in case you missed yesterday, this is elimination match, right? No team here, either Falcon Daisies or Navi can afford a loss, because we're looking at the grades here where Genji as well as Vitality are going up right now. Genji was so close to becoming the champion, so I feel like they got that fire for them for this season. Navi, they could not
អ្នកគ្នា subscribe ខ្ញុំហើយទីទៀតខ្ញុំនឹងមានអីដែលថ្មី តែអត់ទាន់ដឹងថាអីដែលថ្មីហ្នឹងអីគេទេបាទ
Fire Queens from. That's why I
ទី
gave
ទៀត
them
នឹងមានអ្វីនឹងល្អប្រសើរ
under the same microscope. It's because we expect plenty
កំ
of
ពុង
them.
តែ
They drop
សំលុយbuild counter
secret out of the
ហើយនឹងលេង game ធំៗឲ្យអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាមើល តែអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាជួយ support ខ្ញុំផង
lower bracket.
Seems to be the case for multiple teams. You know, between Stream A and Stream B, of course. I think even in our video packages leading.
ឥឡូវយើង live លេងសិនហើយ
Yeah,
បាទ
you guys highlighted when you were playing the soccer, football. Sorry, football. I think it's the football
Sub
table.
soccer.
So is that what it's called?
It's actually called sub soccer.
Why not sub football? That's why I said soccer for a second.
It's a branded thing. Like there's literally a tag that says.
All right. Well,
Pretty fun.
that's what you guys mentioned. This.
1-0 by the way.
Yeah. Well, who's 1-0?
ដូចជាម៉ោង9បាន9កន្លះបានខ្មែរយើងវាយអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាបាទ
No, I don't.
អត់ដឹងតែម៉ោងប៉ុន្មានដែរប្រកាសទេ
I will. I'll say it for you.
ហើយស្គមតែខ្មែរយើងនឹងធ្វើបានល្អហើយប្រកួតឡើងទៅវគ្គជ្រៅជ្រៅ
Okay, where
នឹងមានឱកាសប្រកួតប្រជែងពៀន
No, he's trying
Thom
to
thom.
get quantum physics right now.
That's 30's gang.
funny enough, I never
What
learned.
the fuck
I
man
only started learning now.
He's jumping to quantum.
This jumps to quantum, man.
I mean, it's not that hard.
Quantum physics? It's not. Hey, I'll leave that to you, LaFo.
I feel like with enough confidence, you can make the theories work. Alright? I mean, I just learned Newton's law of motion. I mean, like, how hard can it be? You move something, it moves.
We talked about this on the broadcast yesterday.
Yeah. What other law should I learn? In fact, the reason why I learned that anyways was because the contradiction of Newton's laws, as well as how modern science is being hypothesized, right? Because if a tree falls down in a forest and no one is there to hear it,
Exactly the same thing I heard yesterday.
Basically, Belric.
right? Does it create a sound? Right? According to the law of physics, yes, it does. But if you're looking at hypothesis, the process involves observation. If there's no one there to observe,
Did it happen?
Did it happen?
That's
right?
true.
So that's a
Basically, what he's saying is
philosophical science kind of thing.
Belric
អូអានេះត្រូវ pair លុយ
posts up with the Wrath of the Dryad.
អឺ
And there you go, you got to kill.
Photosynthesis, man.
Photosynthesis. This was the explanation
Get
in game.
oxygen
by
and
the
then
way.
throw out carbon dioxide.
That's about right.
Pretty sure that's what the developers meant to do.
That's why they revamped him.
It's true.
From a beetle to a tree, which by
Yes,
the way,
he
He was a beetle.
At
That
some point, he
is-
was on all fours.
Yep.
That is facts.
Yeah. I forgot what the oldest tree age is now. Because there was a
That's
tree.
still alive. The oldest,
yeah.
oldest tree standing.
Yeah.
And where it is.
Because I think at a point when we discovered it, it's already 1,000-something years old, and that was a few thousand years ago.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's not accurate.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's probably
Not
older.
few
than that.
thousand,
I
few
was gonna-
hundred, sorry.
I was gonna say it's
Few
probably
hundred,
older.
yeah.
Just like
No, because I was
oldest
already
tree.
saying the thousands. I was like, hey,
The oldest tree was 1,000.
I'm going to my third game, okay?
Okay, let's.
Third match. Here we go.
It's a long day.
It's you guys have had a long day.
You've had a long day.
I have. Yes. I've gotten to the.
Because that doesn't make sense if like we're both living the same life and then
Unless
true.
you're moving faster, then you're having a shorter day. Time dilution.
We can move at the same time.
By the way, 2 champions, 1 game. Have your champions pick. Because the event is now live from now until the 27th of July. Some of your predictions for the MSC and MWI champions for a chance to win 50,000 diamonds. That 5-0, as well as the MSC 2021 till 2025 tournament skins. Make sure you guys leave your picks under @MLBB Esports post for a chance to win. Lock in your favorites now and cheer for your favorite team.
Yeah, I want some of those diamonds, man. You know.
I want all of them.
But there's only 5 winners, so we don't want to take them. Oh, actually, total of 10 because there's 5.
Yeah.
5.
តោះអ្នកនរគ្នាឥឡូវយើងកុំតណាមើលអីយើងតោះយើងលេងហ្គេមសិនណាដោយសារតែគូខ្មែរយើងអត់ទាន់លេងទេអ្នកគ្នាអញ្ចឹងយើងនៅមានពេលច្រើនទៀតអញ្ចឹងយើងលេងហ្គេមខ្លះក្លែនយើងសិនទៅបាទអីយ៉ាចិត្តរួចហើយបាទផ្លឹបចិត្តរួចហើយអ្នកនរគ្នាអញ្ចឹងយើងវាយក្លែនបន្តទៀតខ្ញុំទៅមើលផ្ទះយប់សិនខ្ញុំទៅដល់ណាត់នេះអូខេតែយប់របស់ខ្ញុំនៅសល់ជាង1តនេះបាទអត់តឲ្យគាត់ធ្វើអីទេអាប់ដេតដោះអាប់ដេតផ្ទះចោលទៅដូចជាអត់មានអីត្រូវធ្វើទេតោះ let's go យើងមកវាយផ្ទះយប់ទាំងអស់គ្នាយើងលេងផ្ទះយប់សិនអ្នកគ្នាខ្ញុំជួយចិត្តលេងផ្ទះយប់មុនហើយបន្ទាប់មកចាំយើងរលុយផ្ទះថ្ងៃបន្ថែមហើយយើង upgrade លបងបន្ថែមទៀតតោះយើងវាយពីណាទៅមុនខ្ញុំចង់វាយពីខាងនេះទៅហ្មងខាងនេះដឹងតែមានផ្ទះអីមួយតោះយើងកុំខ្វល់ខ្វាយច្រើនចូលវាយយើងវាយអីល្អទៅ nice one ងប់នេះបាត់ nice អូខេ nice one និយាយរួមទៅអាតបផុសនេះវាជួយជំនួយយើងបានច្រើនខ្លាំងមែនតើវា support យើងបានច្រើនហើយយើងមិនបាច់សូវខ្វល់ខ្វាយច្រើនទេយើងមើលតែ JN អីយើងចឹងអូខេហ្គេមនេះអាចនឹងមានភាគរយទៅវគ្គបន្ថែមទៀតអូខេ nice one អូដល់មានភាគរយទៅវគ្គបន្ថែមទៀតហើយអត់អីអ្នកគ្នាបាទហ្គេមនេះដល់មានភាគរយខ្ពស់ហើយអ្នកនរគ្នាលេងហ្គេមនេះគឺថា smooth ដោយសារតែវាអត់ត្រូវការមេធំទេអញ្ចឹងអ្នកនរគ្នាបាទជួយ support ខ្ញុំបងតោះ ទោះបីមិនមានអ្នកមើលត្រូវលេងដែរអ្នកគ្នាដើម្បីបង្កើតជាទម្លាប់មួយដ៏ល្អមួយដែរអញ្ចឹងសង្ឃឹមថាអ្វីៗនឹងចាប់ផ្ដើមពីលេខ1នេះតទៅតែម្ដងទៅហើយខ្ញុំមាន subscribe 362ហើយអញ្ចឹងសង្ឃឹមថាបងប្អូននឹងជួយចុច like support ខ្ញុំផងបាទតោះ let's go ប៊ុំមួយមកចុយយើងមានចែកអិនមួយដែរបាទហ្គេមនេះគេថាយើងភាគរយខ្ពស់មែនតើបាទអាចនឹងបានផ្កាយ3យើងមិនចាំប្រើឲ្យច្រើនយើងប្រើតែ helicopter របស់យើងនេះវាយក៏ឈ្នះដែរបាទហេអូខេក្នុង live របស់ខ្ញុំអាច live ទៅបានអ្នកគ្នាខ្ញុំ live ដូចជា Mobile Legend Clash Clan ដូចជា game អីផ្សេងៗអញ្ចឹងណាប៉ុន្តែក្នុងការផុសរបស់ខ្ញុំផុសតែ game Mobile Legend មួយទេអ្នកគ្នាបាទខ្ញុំបានផុសអីផ្សេងទៀតថាអត់ដឹងថាផុសពីអីទៀតចឹងចឹងមានតែផុសថាហ្នឹងមួយទៅបានហើយអ្នកគ្នាបាទយើងកុំផុសច្រើនពេក Nice one បុចហ្គេមនេះយើងអាចបាន3 point ដែរឬទេបាន 3 point កាន់តែល្អតោះ Nice one គេបាញ់ទៅបាត់បឹមអត់ឡើងឈាមទេបាទទៅហើយបាទអត់បាន3 point ពេញទេបាទអញ្ចឹងយើងបានដូចជា7ផ្កាយ5ផ្កាយទេ sorry ព្រឿងបាន5ផ្កាយអត់ទេអ្នកទាំងគ្នាបាទតោះយើងចូលមកមើលកន្លែងនេះទីមើលយើងបានរបស់ច្រើននេះរបស់ claim ច្រើនតែយើងអត់យកទឹកខ្មៅហើយអានេះគេវាយមកបាននេះគេស្អីគេទេឈូកូឡេតទេណាទឹកខ្មៅទៀតហើយបាទអានេះគេ capital gold បាន100អាហ្នឹងគេអាហ្នឹងគេយកធ្វើគេខ្ញុំយកទឹកហ្នឹងខ្ញុំខានលេងយូរខ្ញុំអត់ស្វែងយកពី Clash Clan នេះច្រើនទេអូខេ claim ទៀត Nice one តោះយើងចេញទៅវិញយើងទៅមើលផ្ទះថ្ងៃយើងតិចនេះផ្ទះថ្ងៃយើងវាដល់កម្រិតណាហើយនៅសល់33នាទីទៀតយើង Queen របស់យើងនឹងរួចរាល់ទាំងអស់ហើយទាំងស្រុងហើយអញ្ចឹងនៅសល់3-10ម៉ោងទៀតជើងយើងតនេហើយលុយយើងក៏មានច្រើនកុសលដែរតោះច្រឡំវាយផ្ទះទៅវាយផ្ទះយប់ច្រឡំមកចុចផ្ទះថ្ងៃនេះ shit man តោះយើងរកលុយផ្ទះយប់សិនអ្នកគ្នាយើងរកលុយផ្ទះយប់ឲ្យបានល្អហើយចាំយើងទៅរកលុយផ្ទះថ្ងៃបន្ថែមទៀតបាទតោះយើងយុទ្ធសាស្ត្រដដែលមកតោះមកយើងតម្លាក់ភេកាចូលមកគ្រាប់ដើម្បីឲ្យវា destroy នេះចោលមកចូលមកអត់ខ្ទេចអាហ្នឹងទៀតប្រទីគេលយហើយនេះគេតាន់ទុយម៉ាំងមកញូទៅបាត់ហើយពីញូបាយវើលបាត់ហ្គេមនេះខ្ញុំបាយជាអាចនឹងអត់បានផ្កាយទេមើលទៅអាចបានផ្កាយតែមួយទេអានឌីចាប់បាត់បានផ្កាយ2អីភាគរយនេះគឺថាបានតែត្រឹមផ្កាយ2ហ្នឹងហើយបាទយើងអាចទៅរកថប់អីខ្ពស់ជាងនឹងបានទៀតទេអូខេចាំមើលតើអាចធ្វើបានដែរឬទេបាទណៃបូតទីមកđây thế nào đấy ai chào bạn đi bạn chành bạn đây ở đây dùng ăn cái pi đây phải tập pi rồi tay bạn lôi chờ này nhưng update này ấy mình chớ này dường quay pin này nó cho chất lệ style này giống này game này nâng lò và sai ai nhận bạn level ai nhận bạn cái bay pin pin tại mà đổ anh bạn cái bay nè thì chưa hết bữa chưa nhắm thấy ở đây cái bay mà rồi phía rồi cái bay này chó anh cái bay này nè cái bay pin pin này mà đó đấy công bì tao cái bay trông vậy chạy anh bạn chiêu mà lấy nhá ai giặc kẹo ấy heal chiêu mình tịch ta oh my god ada yang đâu tao vốn nó khôn khăn đùm bùm 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 ô chào vào đây so PK muối nào chào mang giọt bàn đi pan đằng ai mà xóm chui hai bà tay vô bà dưỡng rồi lùi bàn tịch bền tên ok là dương mà mình kia vai dương mà kia vai dương đòn này mai mưa là về kia là về mới cho linh PK cái ba là PK sỏi cái ba là PK vai nhom tram ó PK nhom tôm là về má đập bấy đập bầm mũi đập prem ta nhưng bột mới xanh tên này đã nhưng mình lùi bên tắc trở đã clear mở má update ra con chrome tay teh dục đi cứ tháp vào bả rồi lùi soi vậy men nữa bả rồi lùi men teh dục đi ta dương từ vài enemy lấy những đôi cho được ra thay lên nữa mà nhưng pra to bị khá nhưng pra sẽ đi chạm đầu mà này này anh ấy buôn crop anh ấy gỗ lống pi crop này anh ấy đã là bay crop bạn ấy hello đó mới nhầm cho từ mới mua PK anh ấy mua cái Yeti ta dương đại cái tiết là mới dương pra PK 4 crop ok bắt đầu có dương lê ở visa đập crop tới pin đập bên đập crop tới tôi mau dương lên ngay cái tiết mà em trăng lên chạy ấn ok phần năng ngoài đấy to visa đã tập đọc crop ban ấy chạy ấn lệ chuẩn tích hay đợi bên đây tiết thế đó tắc bây giờ cứ lên ở tắc chiếm tắc này muối là nên mà crop tiết ok nice nhâm lên cọ một crop mới chui support anh ấy dùng bill nguyên này nào kia lên đi level 4 rồi tao đã từng ngon ngay mà liên tục này đấy từng ngon đó anh ấy mày sống anh miền này ao chưa hay nào này vẫn đang ngay to dưỡng nhưng pra này vẫn to dưỡng cho tụi vậy enemy ចាំមើលយុទ្ធសាស្ត្រថ្មីប្លែករបស់ខ្ញុំតើវាមានផលប្រយោជន៍ដែរឬទេខ្ញុំលេងនេះគឺថាខ្ញុំលេងសេរីចាស់មកវិញបែបសេរីចាស់4សែន1សែនកប់សេរីទោះបីជាមិនមានទឹកលុយច្រើនក៏យើងវាយយកបទពិសោធន៍ដែរតែយើងត្រូវការមើលដែរអ្នកនាងមើលអូSure, yeah, có gì lỗi sạch một cái Pram sen thì mìnhត្រូវ vậy bán tay dương lộn chào bá dương skip chào đây oh my god Pram sen per sen lấy dương xạ vay bati này muối bati đấy mình xây chỉ na đấy tay dương anh vay bàn lấy dương cua lê cái món dương đặt cua lốm nhưng bây giờ nhưng vay ta một play đi đặt cua lốm pi crop rồi dương đặt lan chui support and then nhưng pra queen là bởi chui ở support tổng bao nhưng mà ôi chạy ấn cho vay tam cái nói này chuẩn chút xa dương cái nơi khăn rồi đấy mà dương nhiên tắc heal chiếm mà bởi heal chiếm cái gì mà hello tao mới đặt speed này chuẩn dân bảo bảo với dân nghe tận lồn là bòn đấy mà tao mới dân plane queen nó plane king plane đi tam cái rồi mà pk 4 crop nơi tên này thấy cho cái đá này chuẩn oh no đấy bật ơi my god bật đây bật nice trời cũng tích này king nữa nè chỗ tan đây đó nè tan đây đó nè tan này giờ ai vay ban nhìn hello ô này chui ban thật khăn lớn nè ô chui ban thật con này có gì này chuan anh ấy kì ô này trên con trai và thay em điện lỗi này anh mình phía rồi không anh mình phía rồi của này tao này mình phía rồi không mình phía rồi nâng anh nâng láng từ về bắt to thì che trông dễ này trông dễ tụ sạch nó pra ở lấy cái này ô nơi khinh một cọp lại này anh mình phía rồi không phía rồi on the top chơi vài tắc nó máu nó tắc nó tốc đấy công à trời nè cái này chơi chả chẳng lại đây chúng em bảo phía rồi tại dân mơ pe về và dân đối chợ to này mà tới đoạt to mà về đi mang lùi sập trời ơi nó chắc à mũi chắc à dối chứ mà đái bị đái này chuẩn nhưng vay vô tắc lôi ở máu này bán nè trend đó percent lối sật Prester lối này kìa mình men chỉ lối cho này nè vì mà là mồm ta dương châu từ vay tiệt Jammer plant. Tầm phá con lấy nó. Ai cha. Tỏ, dương. Này chạm ấy tiết đó. này 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 tụ ra nhé Heller chạy ăn lần này tiện ở đây phía rồiยังbạch spell ok này bụt này ở đây bật ti kia sơ lên như nào về ti kia khâu ai vào nó cho anh đây dòng anh vay bàn phần này nem rồi phía rồi này 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 tụm rung dương nơi tao vay lọ ở đây mà nem rồi phía rồi mà trong gì chăng miếng ấy nè riêng đây là game nếu không quay cái số được flip out tỏ dương tao việc bắt tỏ tiết nice oh my god nè 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 này cứ chiếc target bây giờ gỗ lúm chập ram thơi cá gỗ lúm chập ram thơi cá khuyến chập ram support nice one tỏ chạy ấn tên này đấy let's go tắt speed máu ở cho tới trời tích ai king clear này tránh này clear này heal chiêm tích nice one cổ máu này mai anh chờ làm bánh cho nên bạn này tỏ surrender percent nice full tất bật full tất sắp bắt ta hai mà finish tên này chương mùi đâm 4 mong tiệt đâm 4 mong tiệt bàn chiêng tần đề chẳng đợi mình ấy thôi thế đấy nè là khi mà dừng nguyên tả rau lôi vậy upgrade ấy nó ngay rồi đó dừng rồi lôi upgrade giờ đó ta lên game nên lần thôi nha ấy da mà liền chưa nè khi quay châu đi mà liền chưa grammar đã đang quay châu đi đầu quay châu mà lôi thông trên vậy này cái văn ghi lo ai da bảy sen này vậy bạn ấy ai cho cha quá nè bộ mũi sai này đấy tình ổn à tình ổn à sáng to mẹ xã let's go Heal. Chui này. Đây bạn ơi. Đây. Này. Say ghê đấy. Rồi lại upgrade tem nữa này. Ô, bật tí cái thông còn ba đây ta. Tí cái thông còn ba đấy. À, vài chỗ lên. Tí thông lá vài chỗ lên. Tao nộn chơi á, ta đang quay cho bảo sạm mất dần. Lấy dương cho được sai dương. Đó, xạ quay với tí thông đâu. Man, đá bay kia man. Ta đá bay kia đừng ta vào lại. À, đá bay kia đi. Chọc bắt. Game này ta đá bay kia đừng ta bạ lên 10 kia ấy. Đá bay kia bắt đấy. Có đá nào phổ nào bắt rồi. Trời mà pi play anh đăng vai à nào tục ná đi à. Chiều này mới dẫn. Oh shit. Tay vào đây. Ý, nhưng vay châu đó đi à, mình on ấy. Nhưng vay châu đó. Mình on này, này chuồn. Ý, khơi một tí kia mới tới đây tình nổ. Tại mẹ làm thay một tí kia nó dậy ván cái khôi trơn của xong. Vay châu sru mày. Này chuồn. Vay châu sru. Này chuồn. Chứ nó sao mà máu pin đậm mong tiết mình tình nế tiết nhưng quay rẻ tới rồi lui bà rẻ dầm mới tí này nhưng upgrade toàn o tí nè mà upgrade toàn o để trả tiền thì đi trả bá hỏi nhưng tôi ca tờ lợn là về đọc bấy ở đọc 4 là thon hóa lại thon hóa là về đọc 4 Pnei sum ye a get high. Pnei sum ye a get high. Tới chiều mình đang 45. Chân ra ra. Chậm tích nhau có cái này mà nhầm sợi này thấy không? Tùy con sẽ đó. Nó là mình thôi. តោះយើងហ្គេមនេះយើងជាយើងអស់ការងារធ្វើនេះអស់ការងារធ្វើយើងលេងហ្គេមថ្មីហ្គេមនេះម្ដងហ្គេមថ្មីរបស់យើងនេះហ្គេមថ្មីយើងមានហ្គេមអីលេងធំដូចគេយើងលេងបានហ្គេមទូចដោយសារកុំព្យូទ័ររបស់យើងវាធំពេកចឹងណាចឹងយើងលេងបានតែហ្គេមទូចទេជាស្រេចភ្លឹប level 3 nice one ចូល level 3ស្មើនឹង level 3ដែរនោះច្រឡំដាំនៅមុខនឹងមកណាខ្ញុំលេងខុសប្លែកពីគេណាខ្ញុំដាំនៅមុខនេះយកមកចង់អីចឹងអីយ៉ាមានសត្រូវចេញមកហើយអីយ៉ាខ្ញុំលេងខុសប្លែកពីគេបណ្ដោយដែលឲ្យដូចគេមិនតន់ទៅយ៉ាងហ្នឹងរលុយupgrade តឡើង event ទៅE3 ភ្លឹប game E3 game ខាអូចាញ់ 100% តែម្ដងអូនេះតាន់ណាដាក់2តាន់ណាហ្នឹងមុខនឹងវាតាន់ណាហ្គេមនេះនៅរោចាញ់កន្លែងណានេះអត់ប្រើទេ Planting sunflower អត់ប្រើមួយខ្ញុំចង់ប្រើមួយចង់ជីកចោលទេយីលវយោតាន់នេះគេតាន់យ៉ាងនេះហ្គេមឈ្នះ 100% ហ្គេមកាសប្រហែលកន្លះម៉ោងទៀតបានដល់ខ្មែរយើងវាយអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាហ្គេម E3 ដែរដឹងលេងមកចាញ់ហ្គេម E3 ហ៎អត់ដឹងលេងទេមកចាញ់លុយសុទ្ធ 100% បាទនេះឈ្នះ82%នេះមកខាំរបស់យោឈ្នះហើយបាទហ្គេមនេះឈ្នះ E3 មកខ្ញុំលេង Clan ហើយឥឡូវយើងលេងអានេះម្ដងហើយតិចទៀតយើងទៅមើលកម្ពុជាយើងវាយតិចទៀតដល់ពេលហ្នឹងទៅស្អីគេឡយយោស្អីស្បាយចុយបាទលោតស្អីញ៉ៃអើយបរិជ្ជកម្ម Holy shit man bro ច្រាញ់ចុយយ៉ាលោបរាជកម្មឯណាឌូមក Có nè zombie hạt cá đấy. Lộp này chỉ cam nhảy nhảy à. Chụp lên zombie mùi. Lộp này thì bây giờ trình join vừa join ấy chờ nãy và để đọc thì anh enjoy bán là về em pa lấy cái tiếng tàn để đó. Nhưng miền bảo vọt vay mỗi cái chờ nãy nào vậy. Itemនេះគឺជាប្រដាប់ប្រដារបស់ខ្ញុំសើប្រដាប់ប្រដាទៀតនិយាយទៅខ្ញុំខាត់លេង Clash Clan យូរខ្ញុំទៅតែវល់ត្រឡប់មកលេងវិញទេអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាអធិស្ឋានផងរកការនិយាយស្ដីរកការនិយាយឈ្មោះប្រភេទ hero អីខុសអីចឹងអធិស្ឋានដោយសារខ្ញុំអត់ដឹងអីដោយសារវា update ថ្មីពេកខ្ញុំទៅតែលេងវិញចឹងទៅអត់ទាន់ស្គាល់អស់ទេបាទហើយមិញហ្នឹងយើងដូចជារៀបយុទ្ធសាស្ត្រវាយជាល្អដែរបាទយើងវាយឈ្នះច្រើនអ្នកនេះឈ្នះច្រើនមែនទេមិនឈ្នះច្រើនណាស់វាមិនល្មមដែរអ្នកនេះបាទហើយនេះគឺជាតបដែលខ្ញុំវាយចេញទៅមិញអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាចង់មើលខ្ញុំវាយឲ្យអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាមើលល្អខ្លាំងមែនទេយើងលេងតែហ្នឹងទៅល្អនេះគ្នាតោះទៅមើលខ្ញុំវាយទាំងអស់គ្នាយើងវាយប្រទីណារៀងប្រហែលយើងមើល item គេអញ្ចឹងណាអូ1លានកប់ស្រីប្រទីនេះអាចស៊ីសងមួយគ្នាបាននេះអូខេស៊ីសងមួយគ្នាបានតោះជាមួយទឹកដៃរបស់ខ្ញុំអ្នកនរគ្នាទឹកដៃដូចសាហាវហ្មងទោះបីជាខានលេងយូរក៏ដោយក៏នៅតែល្អប្រសើរដែរអត់អីនេះដាក់ king មកតោះមកយើងតម្លាក់ JN បន្ថែមទៀតអ្នកនរគ្នាមានតែគេលេងហ្គេមនេះអត់មានតែគេនៅលេងហ្គេមនេះអីអត់បាទយើងតម្លាក់ទឹកឈាមមកយើងតម្លាក់តាមនេះជួយគ្នាយើងមកនិយាយទៅបើវាយមកផ្លូវវាចូលតែមកផ្លូវសុទ្ធល្អកុំមកដើរបែកឆ្វេងនេះគេដូចពេកកាយហ្នឹងដើរបែកឆ្វេងនេះតម្លាក់ទឹកតឡើងលោតលើលបងមួយផ្លិបដាក់ top speed មកនេះ nice one នេះ play ពេកកាពេកកាខ្ញុំដើរចេញក្រៅទៀតនិយាយរួមទៅតែពេកកាដើរចេញក្រៅអំបិលហើយអ្នកនេះអូចាប់អត់ហើយហ្គេមនេះយើងវាយឆ្នះគេនិយាយទៅឲ្យតែហ្គេមនេះពេកកាដើរចូលក្នុងដឹងតែភាគរយហ្មងភាគរយអត់ទៅមុខទេអ្នកនេះភាគរយគឺអំបិលហើយណៃអូចាប់អត់ហើយខ្វីនខ្ញុំតែអំបិលបាត់ហើយមើលពេកកាខ្ញុំដើរចេញក្រៅទាំង3 holy shit ហ្នឹងអូនិយាយមកតើអ្នកគ្នាអាចចូល clan ខ្ញុំបានអ្នកគ្នាមក clan យើងអាចឆ្លៀតពេល Viber អីចឹងណាចាប់អត់ហើយ PK ខ្ញុំដើរចេញក្រៅទាំង3ទាំង4នេះទីហ្មងស្ដាយទឹកលុយនេះស្ដាយទឹកលុយអត់បានប្រាកាយហ្មងមើលលុយនៅសមកណ្ដោលុយសើលុយយ៉ាងវាយ fail ហើយអត់អីយ៉ាងវាយបានប៉ុណ្ណេះគ្រាន់ដែរតែវាអត់ចូលមកផ្លូវវាចូលមកផ្លូវចឹងថាពិបាកអានឌីមកទៅហើយបាទតោះយើងចូលមកវាយបាន7សែន4សែនកោតរីអត់អីគូសំដែរយ៉ាងវាយបានប៉ុណ្ណឹងគូសំហ្នឹងអ្នកគ្នាបាទយ៉ាងវាយបានប៉ុណ្ណឹងយើងគូសំហើយគេវាយដល់ណាគេតំត្រាស់ពេជ្រតោះយើងឈប់លេង Clash Clan យើងទៅមើលគេវាយ Mobile Legend តោះទៅមើលគេវាយ Mobile Legend វិញទៅតោះអ្នកគ្នាបាទមើលគេវាយ Mobile Legend ខ្ញុំបើកសលេងតិចសិន
I think we'll see a CC first.
Yeah, before we ever see a Daira.
Yeah.
Ira played a CC yesterday.
Yeah, no, meaning like against this Uranus, I
Yeah.
feel like between CC and Dairo,
Oh yeah,
you go for the CC first.
for sure,
Yeah.
for sure.
Other than that, the Alice is still up. Alice is also like one of those wet blanket fights that you have with Uranus. It's just like, I'm surviving, you're surviving, I love you, you love
Yeah.
me, we fight everyone else.
What did you call it yesterday? A women? If it's a gentleman's agreement, it's a women
treaty.
It's a women treaty.
Yeah,
So you just have a women treaty in the XP lane.
exactly. In fact, I remember,
Exactly.
I think it was
Exactly.
M7.
Yeah.
I forgot who Kid Bomba was fighting against. He was using Alice and the other person was using Uranus.
ម៉ោង 9
And
កន្លះ
that game was
យើង
so
ជួបគ្នា
long because both of them just don't
អ៊ី
die.
នធឺណិតខ្ញុំដើរយឺតខ្លាំង
Who
មែន
was he going up against? I really forgot. That was quite a while ago.
Was it
Internet
Yangon
Malala.
Galacticos?
Maybe, but I forgot the EXP laner, man.
What's his name?
Yeah, but I'm
Internet
pretty sure it was
slow.
Alice against Uranus. And it's just that
Intro
both of them
mode.
keep killing each other's team
Yeah.
and both just never
And
die.
they survive, so they're like,
Yeah,
you know,
They're the sole survivors.
every single time.
gosh, it sucks to be immortal, basically. That's kind of how it
This
feels.
is what Edward Fun feels like.
Oh, dude, I love Harry Potter. Anyways, the last ban here, they didn't want to ban a jungler. They didn't want to respect the Suyo. I feel like with the Lilia, it's
Whoa, whoa! Was that on purpose or? Is there?
it could be this, or it could be the Novaria Arlott
Arlott situation from the wild card.
Yeah. Maybe.
Okay.
Because, yeah,
That?
why would you ban me when there's a Claude or a Harif?
Could be something else.
It could be something else. I don't want to dig too much into it because you wouldn't think, right? Unless
No
there's
way.
something.
No way when you're up against the wall like this.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Harris
it's
Farm.
not either a Claude ban or a Harif ban or a Benedetta ban.
Okay.
What hero have we not seen that could have been banned? Whatever. Stream B, we're amazing.
Not
man.
the Bruno, not the Clint, because we know that those assets work.
Yeah. Go stream B.
It's not even the Owlus. We seen Owlus.
When I arrived, and I was like, wait, is that an Aulus?
It is.
That's
And
an
it
Aulus.
won.
And it won.
won.
We're I think like 10 kills or something.
Yeah.
And it's not even a Suyo. So we'll figure out what this Mia is. If that's an honest ban, then you know what? Maybe Renmar can ask during the
Maybe
interview.
Renmar can ask.
Renmar can ask during the interview if they manage to win. Which, by the way, solid drafting coming in from both teams. I feel like with the Belleric pick, maybe Mirai this time can have a relatively good time. And Navi, they have a very strong early game lineup. If they don't get it, then this is going to be very difficult. Now it's over to Leo as well as Naisu. Navi needs to win this one, or if not, they're going to get sent home.
Them's is the rules of the group stage here in the MWI 2026. The once champions under the banner of Smart Mega are at the cusp, at the mercy of Falcon Daisies, who are at match point.
Leo, I cannot imagine if we get through this matchup and it's a sweep in favor of Falcon Daisies, because like LaFell said, imagine Navi not being able to take a game. It's such a weird world to be in right now in MWI 2026, but let's find out. We're in the game. Same action we've seen time and time again, but this time it's Jay being pushed back.
We don't see this kind of rotation very often. 30 seconds in, and not Ayanami. Provide some support in mid.
You know why? Because I think you're like, yep, that's a Uranus. I'll do this. Make sure we don't feel what Jay did there, and she goes and catches her lane anyway.
And she's a Benedetta. She'll make it back anyways.
Yep. And it also just kind of helps too. You know, she's got her own concussive blast, help clear that up. First wave. But yeah, look at this kind of pressure already that Falcon Daisies are putting on. They'll get themselves to Lith Wander. Nothing too crazy happening. It's just they dealt with what Nami threw at them, but they'll keep it calm and collected.
Okay, so again, I'm glad that the advice was heeded. That you put a prio on Mirai, and her having a Belleric, again, breakout pick in the most recent season of MLBB is great. Like, she's solid.
Yeah.
This is what you need when you're behind this hard. So with the 30 seconds left, she's not going to be level 4, obviously, but the fact that she still has her Revitalize, could prove useful, especially since Keishi now is on a utility jungler that can help.
Nice little dodge there from Ira.
Jay!
Jay?
Backs off. Star slowly putting a lot of damage on Mirai. Mirai! Maybe a second longer than projection and she would have just...
Good thing Belric can run. Like,
Very fast.
Very fast for a tree. Because, yeah, almost first blood there. Turtles coming up, though. Falcons, they have control of this area for now. Keishi needs this support. The only thing is, yes, Mirai just hitting level 3, but they're going to go for it anyway.
And Keishi rolling out. Missing Afu, forcing a flicker out, though. As
Nice.
Keishi presses the retribution perfectly in time.
Good fuck,
Ira
no.
gets drawn first
No.
blood on, not Ayanami. Feeling it. Navi, for the first time in this whole series, up by about 1,000 gold.
Yeah, now it's their time to lead. Oh, and Falcon Daisy's still going to go for another reinitiation.
Frigid Breath, freezing 2. Down goes the Summon Force, and now the punish on the J. No! Perfect match to save her. Not Ayanami, bloodthirsty, gets another.
I'm not sure why, though, because the Mystic Gush wasn't available. I mean, the Flicker was down, too, for a Fu. Even if she was able to go ahead and put pressure, it's not like she has the Fatal Link, so...
Why?
Yeah, the question was why the reinitiation after losing that objective.
In Bahasa, Kenapa.
Kanapa. In Tagalog,
Bakit?
bakit?
So that's what the run of Navi has been for this whole time. Like, why? A lot of big questions. And now for the first time in the series, we asked that to Jay of Falcon Daisies.
Yeah. So this is a better start that Navi needed. Definitely to keep in this series. Again, facing elimination, this is kind of the early game you want to go ahead and start. And I think part of the method to this madness of working is also just having that Benedetta. That Benedetta pressure in the early game is great.
Oh, Star Soy jumping in. Nanainami, sword intent through the wall. Joseph, I'm glad you mentioned the Benedetta.
Mm-hmm.
Remember a time wherein Not Ayanami was just winning everything?
Yeah.
This pick put her back into that shade.
This was the one.
This is her light.
How many XP laners are there, man, that just have this pocket Benedetta pick that they can rely on and that they've made statements on, you know?
If I could remember the first time Not Ayanami joined this squad,
Yeah.
she was a breakout star, and I think Benedetta was one of her picks then.
It's definitely one of the more flashy XP laners that you can see in this matchup in the game. And, you know, having a lead like this, a 2-0, having that Petrify, that's enough of a threat to go ahead and be a nuisance to Falcon Daisies. Looking to clip the wings on the flight here in game 2. Next Turtles up, second one of the game. A bit of a lead still for Navi, but it looks like Falcon Daisies, they still want to contest. They've got all the ultimates they need for this one, but it's half health.
Turtle out of third now, looking for a massive fatal link. Keishi finds the turtle first, and now Jay contemplating the too late. There it is. Mirai finds a Rian, serves up the kill. The alley-whoop, the gush, the blazing duet. Kiko unable to secure anything besides the big walking tree. 1 for 1. Navi up now by 1,500.
Wow, that was... They're so tanky for some reason, whether it was a revitalize or not. I mean, there's just not enough firepower from Falcon Daisies. Looking at the itemization too, you can see it's only a DHS in the hands of Kiko. That's all she's got. There's no locked-in item just yet. No glowing wand here for Afu. Now Kiko brought quite low.
Rian took a few shots from that turret, but Kiko and Jay, again you mentioned, are just kind of short right now at 5 minutes.
Yeah, they just don't have the firepower that they need just yet, and that's why any of these engagements that happen, Navi's got the upper hand. It might not be a crazy gold lead that they have, but it's just the way the compositions work, they've got a better chance of taking those health bars lows, and a lot of that, again, is this Benedetta in the hands of Not Ayanami. A glowing wand picked up here now for Rain. She's got that. So even looking at the difference between roll to roll, there isn't much of a lead or anything that they have. Oh, Arya, she should be able to survive this. She's on the Uranus.
Ira's fine. She and Starsoy holding it down. They've lost plenty on the map. They're not giving up this tier 1 up top.
Ooh.
Gosh! Plus the frigid breath and a fatal link Sun 1. Mirai, they really want her. The revitalize into the projection. And Mirai barely surviving. Where's the follow through? 2v1 turned into a 3v1 finally, but off camera they find Ira. So that was just both teams chunking down these chunky heroes.
These chunky heroes, I mean, it took everything there to take out Mirai, though. Even with the revitalize, yeah,
is earned.
Nothing is granted. Nothing is granted in that one. But again, again, as items are built up on Falcon Daisies, it's going to be much more harder for Mirai to survive those initiations. This last turtle is up, though. Keishi has been on point, being able to secure these objectives with the retribution and just the space that is provided with Na'Vi. Let's see if they can do it again. This full force from Falcon Daisies are here to contest this one.
Keishi with a delayed roll. Jay going hunting. Looking for someone to force an ult. There's a Zaman force. Ira backed off. Starsoy flushed out of the wire brush. Keishi secures 3 for 3. And they go. Apu with a gash. Down goes Mirai. Fatal links into 1. Down goes Jay. Rain secures. Kiko finds Nana Yanami. BMI through. Gets it double. 2 for 1. I hope Navi's happy with that turtle because Falcon Daisies won the trade.
Daniel,
Yes,
that was a double. That was a double kill and a shutdown for Kiko. Oh, Arya?
Arya's
Okay,
fine.
flickers. Yeah, she's going to be fine. But yeah, that is a shutdown going in the hands of Kiko. She picks up a corrosive scythe now too, Starsoy.
Keishi finds her. No more dashes on this Suyo. That's a pick off.
There's a pick off. Kiko might be next. Okay, she's going to survive. Right now for Falcon Daisies, they're putting a lot of the weight on the shoulders of Kiko for now, as she is scaling up 3-0 on the Claude. They are still trying to take down that tier 1 turret down, but both teams haven't taken many turrets down. It's been these fights all around the turtles, and now that the turtles are done, you have this Lord that's going to come up here.
Ooh, a gush by Afu, knowing that no more black shoes for Rain to expend. Well, Nana Yanami, when was the last time she left this lane?
Yeah, I mean, I think at one point too, she's wondering if she needs to shift that focus of, let me push this off lane, let me push the map or put the pressure on the map that might help Na'Vi go ahead and open it up further. Because right now they're kind of pushing and pulling between gaining macro dominance for Falcon Daisies.
So you mentioned how as the game goes later, Mirai will not be as hard to kill anymore.
Yeah.
She just picked up Dominance Ice. So that's compounding defense the more opponents you have around you.
Yeah.
I think she'll be okay. I think she'll just be as annoying.
She'll just tree it up, man.
Yep, but when does she have a pauldron already? I think that's the next level
Yeah.
of chunkiness necessary.
Yeah. And Rian's catching up. She got a Holy Crystal now too. Navi's in a really good position to just secure this Lord. It's more so of how does Falcon Daisies kind of dance around it. Even in the last fight, they were pushed off, but there's a whole fight up top. Whoa!
One-on-one! Nana Yanami takes down Sarsoy. No retribution for Falcon Daisies.
You were just saying how she made a name for herself here, but they're going to fight for this anyway.
Rian tabs on Afu, takes her down 6 feet under. Zaman 4 still standing. Kiko has to choose her spots very carefully. Jay goes down, 3 for none. Na'Vi goes straight for the big one.
Oh no, Kiko, she's gonna get crashed down, sandwiched into this. Can't she get away? Flicker burned.
Keishi jumps on. Rian looking to finish the job. BMI through. Kiko survives.
Okay, she's fine, but man, I don't know if we'll have an instant replay, but I have to go back to that and say why? Why did they choose to stay around the Lord Pit to contest it when they knew their jungler had just been soloed up top?
I think that's a moment of we're in too deep.
We're just here, so we might as well, you know?
Again, an issue with heroes with no re-engage.
Yeah, it's gonna just kind of be one of those mistakes that could potentially cost them the game. This is gonna be a punch in up on this top side. Lord is working on the tier 2 turret. Na'Vi now ballooned their lead in what was one team fight, gaining another 3,000 gold. We're getting to the 5,000 mark ahead. Starsoy. Uh-oh.
Keishi finds her. Rain there too to cover the exit. Starsoy bites it. Gush to clear it out. Nana Yanami took a little too much there. 1 for 1 the trade.
All right, there's a trade at least. Falcon Daisies keep the base under control. They're still holding on to the mid tier 2. So I'm thinking for Falcon Daisies, it's once again that question of how do they turn it over? Because you're looking at a lead gold-wise that's very favored towards Na'Vi. You just picked them Nice Queen 1 for Afu. She wants to slow them down. You've got Kiko that has been scaling on the Claude. Should have the Trinity working on the 4th item now. But again, this is one of the things where their team fights, the ability to go ahead and get in the zone of Na'Vi just hasn't been a favorable thing for Falcon Daisies to do. They've really struggled to find that, which is so interesting because you have an Atlas, right? You have Jay she's there to be able to go ahead and Fatal Links. It's just they haven't been able to pick the right targets or turn the tides before because they've just been reacting to Na'Vi.
A lot of this as well is a lack of resources to pop that Purify.
Pop that Purify. I heard that earlier.
TM.
Yeah.
Because look, who's going to try to do that, right? The projection from Afu and Jay with a frigid breath. That's it. And then you want to catch it on Rain. You want to catch it on Rian. It's a non-starter, Joseph. Like, again, you got to pop that Purify. It's not happening.
Yeah, there's 2 Purifies over there that they got to work on. Right now, too, Rain has had a phenomenal game on the Lilia. Hasn't died at all. Really good usage of the Black Shoes and just being able to pump out enough damage that keeps Falcon Daisies from moving forward in a lot of these fights. So just kind of a standoff. You got Lord coming up in about 15. Positioning gonna come out from Na'Vi. A big item pickup too over here for Rihanna. She gets the Divine Glaive now on the Harith. So if damage was a question, Na'Vi's pretty much got all of it. Now for Falcon Daisies, they might just fly too close to the sun on this one if they choose to go for this, and it looks like they're gonna do just that. Lord's been pulled out. You've got the rest of the squad coming for this fight, but let's see. It's difficult too for Falcon Daisies because even that tier 1 in the mid plays a big part. Mind you, they haven't taken any turrets down in this game at all.
That and Nami's playing the long lane very well. Falcon Daisies, they managed to jockey for position. A dominant spot for them inside the pit. In comes Nami, engages with Ira, gets taunted, displaced. Lord, hard reset.
Oh.
I have an idea.
Yep.
What if they use the Lord to pop that Purify? But it's unreliable.
They might use it.
Oh, Ira put down a fifth of her health. Using that consecration, so that's 1 ult down.
Okay, they trade it. So Orange went over to Star Soy. Malefic Gun picked up, but Ira's so low.
Gosh! On the Mirai, but Jay falls first and Mirai survives. Not Ainami finds Kiko. Blazing to it. Not Ainami falls.
Kiko wanted to make sure she flickered forward too, even after getting the kill.
And here comes Rian, Zaman Force. 1v1 with Ira. She finds her.
Oh, the Lord
puts her
reset.
down. And the Lord here, Keishi needs to be very careful. Down goes Rian. And the Lord goes to Na'Vi, but a bloody victory for them. And they lose another. 3 for 2 the trade. Falcon Daisy's making them work for it.
If there was a little bit more time for Star Soy, then maybe they might have even gotten the Lord off of that. Good thing for Na'Vi. Objective secured, but they're finally going to lose some base turrets as Falcon Daisies has not had any down for the better part of these 14 minutes of this game. They'll find 2. They got to clear out this Lord. Na'Vi has lost some gold, a couple few thousand gold, but they're still in this game. They're still in control. They should be in control of this game. They just got to choose their fights a little bit better. The last one around the Lord Pit was a bit messy. You know, they expended some of the ultimates that they needed, some of the battle spells. Maybe that was, again, the Purify was popped, at least for Rian.
I think Rain as well. It just came off cooldown.
No, it just came off cooldown.
So yeah, so they did. And again, I'm just putting 2 and 2 together, man. If you pop that Purify, you can win team fights.
Hey, if that's not an in-game tip on the loading screen after this, we don't know.
Put it on a shirt. TM, pop that Purify.
TM.
Oh, Mirai dancing here with Ira. Kiko
Oh, they want to chase that?
gets flushed out of the white brush. Okay, so she did not get revealed. Now she shows herself.
They don't want to fight too because Kiko doesn't have her flicker. She's got to wait a little bit longer. Star Soy's picking up Queen's Wings. A little bit more durability here. And Afu, she's got the flicker coming up, but they're locking down Jay.
Zaman Force, Afu backing off. Nanayanami finds it, takes down Afu, the trade. Starsoy scores on Nanayanami. Now in comes the rest of them, revitalized. And the blazing duet by Kiko. Rain, Black Shoes, trying to lay down damage. Fatal Links, a little too late. In comes Starsoy, down goes Jay. And Rian gets another. Zaman Force down, sending Falcon Daisies back. 1 for 2. That's a win for Na'Vi.
Really good timing there for Rian to rejoin that with his Almond Force, keep them back and at bay. Because that would have gone really bad if Kiko was able to go ahead and just follow through, but she was stopped in her tracks. Even when that fight broke out, I feel like as we look at the rinse and replay, look at this, Afu almost had her flicker available. It's actually coming up now, but she just dies at the moment.
1 second.
1 second there. Talk about timing for not Ayanami. But then I felt like the Fatal Links could have came out sooner here, because even then, Kiko's too far off. She doesn't have as many stacks of Thievery that she wants.
There was some damage from Starsoy. I think that was the main combo.
Yeah.
It's like Fatal Links into a charged up Surge. And then just sever away. But I agree. Maybe if it was a little sooner, it would have been more effective.
Yeah. Either way, Falcon Daisies has pretty much brought themselves back into the game. We're talking about earlier on, a few minutes ago, maybe 4 minutes ago or so, there was a 4,000 gold deficit that they were working against. They put themselves in a position to actually contest this Lord. Na'Vi has to get this. Again, facing elimination here at MWI off of this one. It's now or never. They need to secure this Lord to get to these base turrets of Falcon Daisies. And the way things have been going, they have to clean up the team fight. Mirage, she's going to go and look for an off angle. At least now, too, she's got an immortality. She can play through with this. Rain has done a great job so far on the Lilia. She just served her first death over just minutes ago. But keep an eye, too, on not Ayanami. She might be the one to go in and start things up, or at least put pressure towards Falcon Daisies.
Not Ayanami is a missile. She is ordnance in a tiny woman's body. She just wants to go find Afu, go find Kiko, and take him out of the equation.
Yeah.
And that's worked for them for the past 18 minutes.
Yeah, that's why Ira has to be the one to go ahead and scout where she's setting up at, you know?
It's over here.
Yeah, she's on scout duty at this point.
I found him.
Found him. That Lord, this one starts to hurt as it's evolved.
Oh,
You know, you've got to be calculated on the approach here. Falcon Daisies now. They had that push. They see where things are going. Ara's going to pop the Consecrate.
Oh,
They know the
laying
Salmon
my
force is down, though, so it's just
Laying
an
my eye.
opportunity for them.
It looked like they might just go ahead and rush it. Keishi, Baksha Unite, looking for it in the back line, rushes into the Lord. Starsoy secures with a retribution, but Ira's very low. It's one pickoff.
Oh, Starsoy still low.
And they're gonna chase her. Do they know that she's in the brush? Kiko with a defensive use of the blazing duet. Starsoy gets to go home. Keishi chases down Jay. It only results in a pickoff, Joseph. Lord marching in mid.
That Mystic projectile might have just saved the day from a further pursuit from Na'Vi. They are going to deal with the Lord, though, very quickly. But with Flying Clouds bringing Falcon Daisies back, they can't clear the Lord out just yet.
Not easily, not for free. They will have to let it run through.
They'll get the charge
Might even take down the turret here. They get to save it. Na'Vi looking for the punish. They jump onto Jay. Jay gets taken down here via the Zalman Force, and they should be happy with that. Again, every single pickoff past TikTok timers is something that'll take you a long way if you know how to play the macro, and boy, does Na'Vi know how to play macro.
Yeah, this is a great defense from Na'Vi. I'm not sure what Jay's plan was there. She didn't have the flicker, but she does end up going down. Na'Vi clears things out. They nearly lost the tier 2 turret, but honestly, they didn't lose much, and that's going to be completely fine for them. Again, they will go ahead and get aimed up and ready for that next Lord fight. Now, that's kind of what we're going to have to expect here at this point. And Keishi got close. She went for that retribution, didn't happen, but Keishi tanky enough. She hasn't died yet. She's stacked.
I reckon it's a Sever Retribution combo.
Yeah.
Yep,
It's hard to beat.
That's something that Keishi, despite her dominant run as a back to the 20-minute game so far, does not have.
Yeah, and that's why that pressure from Na'Vi trying to push off or make it more difficult for Starsoy to actually get in range to get that off is what they tried to do last time. It just so happened that, you know, they weren't able to make it through. So Falcon Daisies, they might be the ones to answer now what Na'Vi throws at them. A Sea Halbert's picked up. You know, you're getting to the point now, too, territory-wise, 20-plus minutes into this game where immortalities, switching items, picking up Winter Crowns comes through. And those minor decisions, those minor, you know, seconds really add up to winning team fights at this point. So, just going to be a stalemate for now. Lord comes up in 5. We'll see if anyone's able to surprise.
My internet đó có slow mấy này đó cái internet nhung slow vậy តាមតិចអ្នកខ្ញុំកែកុនតិចសិនអ៊ីនធឺណិតដល់កហើយអ៊ីនធឺណិតវាអត់កើតការមកសំបីនិយាយមិនកាប់ណាអត់កាប់នឹងតាក់ស្អិតតាត់មកដល់កមកចំកានដល់ចាំតិចអ្នកគ្នាពងឲ្យអ៊ីនធឺណិតយើងវាដើរស្រួលមកវិញមើលស្អិតតាត់មើលអត់ដឹងអ៊ីនធឺណិតវាដើរយឺតពេកយើង live ក៏មិនកើតដែរអ្នកនរគ្នាអ៊ីនធឺណិតវា slow ខ្លាំងពេកសាំជួយយា នៅក្នុងដើរលឿនធម្មតាទេ
Pretty good amount of confidence, and this is what we wanted in an elimination match, because yes, you get eliminated, but at the same time, at least you can say you put all of it on the table, right? You brought your very best. It's just the better team wins.
Yeah, it's you know, when you get in this point, and you got to remember, like it's quite condensed, right? So things happen quickly
Slow.
in this format, and it's
Slow. Some do you?
Yeah. No, what I mean by is like, what if it's a best of 5?
មើល slow ខ្លាំង
What
មក
if this was a best of 5?
Yeah.
Feels like it's a best of 3. Yeah, well, I guess so. I guess today for you guys, it's felt like all best of 5s.
For you too?
Well, just
Again,
now, just
we don't-
starting now.
We share the same time.
That's true. We are. I was also with you guys.
That's why we bear bros.
We bear.
We bear bros. Now looking into this matchup, who do you feel has the better momentum going in? Is it Navi that
ចេះដល់គូ
just
ខ្មែរយើង
got
លេ
that big win off of like
ចេះតែ
around
យ៉ាងនេះចេះតែ
28 minutes of the game, or Falcon Daisies, where even though they lost, I feel like they were able to get quite a lot of information based on game number 2.
How about we answer at the same time? Count of 3. Ready?
What are one answer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
Navi.
Neither.
Okay.
Well, you know,
All
for
right.
you guys, happy Rhino Day, because now you guys can get the exclusive emo, get it into the shop.
Man, Bargain Hunter's on a lot of the mid laners. This time, even on the Valir. Sophia's gone. over for the... That's interesting. Wait a second. Winnie's gone for the Festival of Blood and Vitality as well. Talk about bringing an extra safe against already a lane bully in names and a Fanny in the enemy lineup. It makes a lot of sense. This is some good emblem choices from GXP.
Yep, sometimes you just have to get that extra layer of protection just so you could ensure that you would not be bullied here, especially on the gold laners for GXP. Now, talking of Falcon's mana right now, we see some potential great simultaneous connections here, especially with the Marcel being picked up for the roam. Although there were some changes when it comes to the first and second skill as all. But now Nucci and Cyrex be forced on the corner, but still Nana getting a clutch first blood out of Sophia.
Something you're gonna have to take into account every time you go for any 2v2s or 1v1s across these lanes. The fact that Nana can just walk up.
Oh, that is exactly what she's doing. Then Fa is forced out of her Tempest of Blades, going for the direct answer. Strix immediately falls down. What a show match of our junglers right now.
1-1 for the junglers picking up kills. Nana.
Okay, it's Lemma falling down hard, but still ensures safe escape right now for GXP. Now Nana safely transitions onto taking the neutral objective. She decides here for a Ling. Nocturne trying to find a way out to protect Nana from impending danger. Fa finds Nana following closely behind. It's Sophia getting the last bits of the hit. Nocturne with an answer right back. Cyrex with multiple groups on the way will ensure another double. And Cyrex onto Lemma following closely behind. This might be another kill on the hands of Falcon Mena. Yes, indeed, they're committing. Even the Falling Star Mode was actually activated, but now, okay, plan B, focus on the neutral objective.
Falcons Mena, after a crazy skirmish where they got both Lings, they went for the turtle straight up. Objective conversion on the board. That's turtle number 1. I thought with a Ling and a Fanny in our game, we wouldn't be seeing a lot of neutral objective control. More on the battle for purple buffs. I thought that was the real neutral objective in this game, but so far it's been brawls across the map. Gonna have to say though, even though it's a Fanny versus Ling, it's the others who've stepped up massively. Cyrix, great rotation. Sophia as well to start things off, pushing Nana away from the first turtle attempt from Falcons Mena. But now it goes back to the slow game. I think for Falcons Mena, they gotta look at the other side of the map. Yes, they can play around those neutral objectives, but there's a big winning lane down below. A winning lane so dominant that it forced Winnie to go for Vitality and Festival of Blood. And you can already see how much respect Winnie has placed on names here down below. The whole team rotating down. They're really trying to choke Winnie out of this gold lane.
And that's the thing, you have to capitalize on where you're good at, especially onto lane-to-lane comparison to the gold lanes. But now they focus onto the roamer still. It's Lemma having the hardest time of her life ever. Game number 1, immediate takedown onto Sophia with that assist here. They want to go for the trade-off. Even the Red V was activated to ensure a kill immediately. Nana and Nucci hot on their tails. What a great answer right back. Now focusing onto the bottom side, it's just Winnie trying to survive the first few minutes of this game and falling closely behind. There are non-stop MLBB actions right now. Nana's solo kill onto Ling as well. Wow.
Lil up top. So much action. 6-3. We got 9 kills in the first 4 minutes of the game. And it's only as expected for an assassin versus assassin matchup. Nana now playing around the purple buff.
Now is the time that we see kind of a neutral objective take here onto the purple buff. Okay, there's going to be golden arm, but they do not commit at all to ensuring a kill. But Names on the other hand, that is quite the hefty advantage that she got there solo.
Now it's a turtle take. Slow but sure. Falcons Mena send Nocturne over to hold the turtle while Nana gets on the purple buff. Ling though.
Okay, Falling Starman right on track, but Ling risk it all. But that is just too much to handle. It's 4 women targeting her alone. Nana forced to back away, but she will be getting right back on track. It's Winnie and Fa ensuring the turtle take, and Nucci falling down fast, still alive and kicking. And it's Syrinx with a clutch black shoes, trying to force her way onto a kill. Too much things happening at once here. no can do now for numerous objective takes here for GXP.
It's just all about distractions, all about who can play the chaotic game better. Galaxy Phoenix, it looked like they were trailing behind in the first few minutes of the game, but here, you can already see how that chaotic nature from Ling, holding that side lane, going into names, forcing the flicker out and the whole team to peel for her, got the space for the rest of the team, for Fa, Sophia, and Lemma to control the objective now. Both Crab still taking
Internet ខ្ញុំ slow ខ្លាំងណាស់អ្នក
top both
ខ្ញុំ
lanes.
ដឹងតែអ្នកទាំងគ្នាមើលកើត
Towards
ហ្ម
the
ង
top side of the map, Nana versus Fa.
Okay, 1-on-1. Will she be committing onto that? But before all of that, it's Nocturne caught on a very good on to finish. She will be backing away.
ពេលឃើញ
Lemma
internet
taking
ដើរ
a
លឿន
safe
ពេកក៏ដេក
play,
បណ្ដោយ
disengaging. Sophia, on the other hand, just goes in with a Cyclone Eye. Clear advantage on to Falcon's mana right now.
This is the moment, I'd say, for Galaxy Phoenix to try to look for those purple buff takes away from Falcon's mana, but it just seems like Foz is taking a safe route. Doesn't want to go over to enemy purple buff despite the Fanny already seen up top. Nana's getting the job done. Ling!
Okay, Foul with a blades here. Going with a double. A kill is free on the bottom lane. Meanwhile, it's Phoenix being taken out in the process there onto the top lane. Immediate cross-map trades here for full Falcons and Galaxy.
Not so without a purple buff. Nana has gotten a turret and a kill on the Claude with no purple buff. Purple buff still up and available. She's waiting for it to be closer for the turtle to spawn before she actually takes it. So this is a prime time for Falcon's mana to fight now. Nana got purple. Turtle's up in 2 and Foz purple is going to be out just in a bit. Lemma targeted down again. They're trying to bait out the flicker right before the skirmish. And it just seems like for Galaxy Phoenix, they just can't stack up together just yet.
Yep.
The Claude's still up top, playing weak side. Sophia, Lemma, and Ling trying to find an opening for Fa.
Okay, there's going to be a frame moment. Ling will be able to dodge out of her way in danger here from Falcon's mana. Nana will still be successfully taking down the initial objective. Surprisingly so, she can do a lot even without the purple buff you mentioned. And even though some may consider it a necessity, it's like just an option for her. She just wants the kills rolling over here for Falcon's mana.
Remember, as the panel mentioned, Galaxy Phoenix can just play the scaling game. They have a very good scaling composition. Sophia, though.
Okay, jumping in here is Nocturne. Sophia was
Nice.
able to get away. But a
Ui.
good movement here from Nucci.
Lính mà,
Nana from the back row gets a kill on
Này,
to
lại nữa ạ.
Sophia. Winning
Đã
with
rồi,
an
choang,
opening
choang,
blazing
choang,
duel,
choang,
opening
xong
goal
rồi
for
đấy.
GXP.
Này, này,
Nana's
này, này,
still
này, này,
alive,
này, này, này,
ensuring a
này.
double, but there's a double here for GXP. That's 4 women down for the side
Phu
of
bằng rau mới máu
Falcon's
cà
mana.
rề.
That is a tough advantage that GXP got.
Look at the instant objective conversion. Nana trying to defend.
Okay, it's Lemma saying bye here to Nana. But still, it's all about prevention, preventing the
Trời
mid lane turret
ơi,
from
tập đại
being
côn
destroyed
không ai
by
mà rồi
GXP,
phía
but
rồi.
Fa will be able to get another turret down onto the bottom side.
The instant objective conversion, another fight in the mid lane, and this time they play it perfectly. Nana on the Fanny has been the one to initiate a lot of these fights, going in first, trying to deal damage to the rest of the team to follow it through. But Fa playing like a true assassin, coming in
Xinh,
late.
xinh,
Okay, this
xinh.
is the
Này,
thing. She
này.
has the skills to actually go out
Cứ
on
sao mà
the
này.
way
Này.
to get a kill of all people. And Suring's falling down.
Này.
GXP.
Cho
what
mà
a
trả
great
dân ao.
move, ensuring the most crucial take off. In fact, got a very assassin moves right there.
That's exactly
Ô,
what
slow
you
rồi
want
cô.
from your assassin.
តែខ្ញុំលេងទូរស័ព្ទអត់ slow ទេតែ live slow
Across the map,
អត់យល់
taking Syrinx down and then instantly getting away. I thought Nana had to cut through to take
Live
it down.
slow.
No, Foz been clinical on this Ling after that first death.
ត្រឹម
Never again. She's learned from that moment. Now the purple buff
Lại
up
áp
again
thua
for
sao?
both of the junglers. Nana has it already. Foz a level ahead of Nana, and they're gonna go for the far lane first. They're gonna have that control over this lane. Let's see how they play it. Is it the Lord Dance or is it a straight blitz to a team fight?
Này.
Okay, it's all about the
Nana.
macro
Ơ,
and
có mọi
micro
người.
movement here. Nana risking it all.
Oi.
Sophia still
Này.
survives. It's Lemma shutting down Nana. Golden are on the mid lane. Winning is the opening with a blazing duet.
Chà ôi ơi, nice one. Này. Lại nó nghe. Tập đại côn không ai nó lại nó nghe. Gạo muối đến đây. Time trên thế
There
ra.
are people who didn't catch stream
Em vậy
B
thôi mà chứ.
and were asking the question question. How did Na'Vi get sent down to the lower brackets? Now you know.
Trời
Galaxy
ơi,
Phoenix
internet
are
anh
here.
slow
And
trời
they're
ơi.
here to conquer it all. Falcons Mena down by 4,000 gold.
ចេះបានគ្មានអ្នកមើ
Galaxy
ល
Phoenix are taking away the purple buff for the first time. Now Nana won't have her purple buff. Tier 2
Bài
up
slow
top,
về
falling
gặp
down.
mẹ
Tier
mơ
1 in the mid lane. It's all the map control already given over to Galaxy Phoenix as now they continue to push on the pace.
Yep. Jungle is now compromised for the whole Falcons meta. Now, Lemma is also a menace when it comes to the life here for Nana. The first concern was that maybe no one from GXP could keep Afani at bay, but now it's all possible. They've got an advantage, they've got the numbers, and now they also got turrets falling down against Falcons Mena.
Now 5,000 gold lead for Galaxy Phoenix. The orange buff take, the purple buff was already stolen away. Now it's Fa with the purple buff in her own jungle. Let's see what they can do with this. They played the Lord really well. They delayed the push up top, waited for a build up.
ជាស្រ័យអ្នករាអន្តរខ្ញុំរៀងនេះ slow អត់ដឹងកាត់អីដែរ
Final tier 2 in the mid lane falling. They still have a Lord, but holy shields should delay this push by quite a bit.
Okay. Ba is
តែខ្ញុំមើលនៅ
ready
ក្នុង
to rumble
ការ live របស់ខ្ញុំ
wherever
ដូចជាអត់អីទេ
Nana
តែ
misses.
មើលនៅក្នុងទូរស័ព្ទ
Nana
slow
goes
តាក់
down
ហ្មង
here hard. She has to back away. That's a
អឺ
great
ស្តា
disadvantage.
កមើល
Without any purple buff, she can do longer team fights onto GXP, and now that is the next course of action. They have to level it out against GXP.
Nocturne?
But Fa right now targeting Nocturne, half an HP left. Purple is
Mà
all
sao
done.
ta
They're
tan?
risking it all. Golden R will hit or miss some of the members here for GXP. Fa on their back lanes. The Heavens of Blaze activated as well. Ceres falling down as well in the process. Fa has this wonderful way onto actually taking down Ceres over and over again without missing a bit.
And there's just not enough damage from Falcons Meta to get the respect out of Galaxy Phoenix. They can do whatever they want. They can walk up, they can just dive in, especially with Ling on this Sora. Winnie is taking a ton of damage in the mid lane, but it doesn't even matter. Just walks away as Fa sieges down this turret down below. And with the First Lord, they've gone both mid and bot to a quarter of HP. That'll make things a heck of a lot easier as they wait for Lord number 2. Nana's doing a good job. Notice everybody on this other side of the map, so she goes for the counter jungle and takes something back for herself.
It's all about improvising. Yeah, your jungle is compromised, but all you can do for now is go for the sneaky movements around the map.
មែនដល់យឺតមែន
Go for the best course of action, which is to push out other lanes across the map here against GXP. Now, Lord will be up for grabs. Will we be seeing longer Lord dances around this one? Is Mena or Falcons Mena willing to risk it? Now that GXP yet again, they're having the control over the map, and it's Nana yet again being the person to actually push through and interrupt the plan for Fa.
This is scary. Fa knows there's no purple buff just yet on the hands of Nana.
Yep. Okay, that's kind of scary here for Nucci.
1v1 up top.
That is a very crucial play if ever. Golden Or will catch no one at all. Instead, it catches her. Falcons Manor right now is slowly crumbling down. It's fine, ensuring the Lord take. They could follow through for another kill. And that's 2 members immediately down for Falcons Mena.
And it's through not just playing the far lane, but playing the purple buff. She just waits around the purple buff, makes Nana sweat. Once Nana hesitates just a bit, Fa takes the round into the Lord. It was already so low from the rest of the members holding it down. We have the damage L rankings and Names is number 1, but we have to take a look at the damage allocation. A lot of times, Names is just playing front to back. She's dealing a lot of damage, but it's to the main frontliners of GXP. Winnie, Sophia, even Fa, they've been safe, coming in late or even playing far back. Lord taking a tier, base turret down, and it's the bottom turret to fall next.
Okay, it's all about where your bullets are hitting, because right now for GXP, it's all hitting onto the right marks here for
Trời,
Falcons
fail rồi,
Mena.
có mấy fail, có mấy
That
fail.
was a play dead again for Fa, targeting Naze and Nucci from the back. She has to back away. Nana
Nice.
chasing out hard there, but but still, it's Winnie ensuring a double kill. They're taking too much time out to chasing Fa that they forgot they have to defend for their base. Winnie clearing off the last bits of the minion wave here for Falcon's Mena. Nana as well. They have to prolong this one, but GXP, they just want to finish this, get it over with, and it looks like game number 1 on their side.
A solid 31
Yeah.
kills in
One game, one
number
game,
one of
one
our last
game.
series of the day here in Stream A, and my goodness, did it live up to our expectations. Ling versus Fanny, at this point, it raised the bar for the competition. If you don't have 31 kills at 11 minutes for an assassin versus assassin, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah. This might be one of my favorite matchups so far for
Internet anh
MWI.
ơi, tẹt trời ơi.
And it's just day number 2.
And I think it raised a lot of the doubts that people had on Galaxy Phoenix yesterday, right? We saw it in Stream B, but a lot of people were tuning into Stream A thinking, okay, maybe it was a fluke win against one of the Titans in MWI, but I think with this performance, it's a statement victory to the world that the other teams are certainly catching up, and Cambodian MLBB looks like it's at the top with Galaxy Phoenix.
Is in our DNA. Whenever we let it out, it becomes our superpower. Now imagine an entire city being built to supercharge it. Kadir City, powered by play.
Well, based off the pick and bans, we knew it was going to be exciting, and it absolutely was. Galaxy Phoenix takes map number 1. Can they close it out in a 2-0 like everyone has done so far in the past 2 days on our stage? You guys were going crazy watching that matchup, much like the commentators were, for good reason. Tanks, they're out. Assassins are in. Gideon, what does that mean for our tournament?
It means that this tournament might be super exciting now, because the day when Assassins come back in and the tanks start washing out, you get games like that, high KDAs, games like that, high KDAs, high intensities. Every moment cannot be wasted. Every second counts in moments like these. That's why that game was just so exciting.
And becoming a color caster, so much easier.
Fair enough. Assassins, 31 kills in 11 minutes. Let's see if any of the moments from those kills were actually in this big moment from that game number 1, because from what I was hearing, man, it was Ling versus Fanny the entire time. Fa was also getting a ton of attention, right? Plenty of just exciting electric moments from the Assassins, but we knew coming into this, the new meta would bring potentially
Internet
that
គោខ្ញុំមួយថ្ងៃហើយអ្នកនរគ្នាខ្ញុំ live អត់សុវត្ថិចិត្តហ្មងខ្មែរយើងឈ្នះមួយអ្នកនរគ្នាខ្មែរយើងឈ្នះមួយហើយសង្ឃឹមហ្គេមមួយទៀតយើងនឹងធ្វើបានល្អ
That's exactly what they're doing. You also shouted out names at the beginning too. Let's see what, or let's hear from you, I guess, one of biggest supporter of names and how she did.
No matter what happens, you guys are still my goats. I want to make that very, very clear. But I have to say that when it came down to the in-game execution, it felt like they were kind of outclassed. You can see it from even these highlights. The beginning of the match, oh, the Ling was just so well done. And we were talking about the drafts on how they really set up so well for the Fanny. But on the other side, they were also unprepared if the enemy picked up an assassin, and this Ling was just everywhere around the map. There was no way to shut him down.
Yeah, just the mechanical prowess of this team is ridiculous. We saw the hand cam of Fa just now, and she's using the traditional, you know, forefinger and thumbs, not going for the spider 6-finger activations, and still was able to precisely pick up every single one of her swords. Most people can't even get all 4.
Yeah, honestly, mobile gamers are just insane to me with how many fingers you're able to put on there. I've seen one player use 8 fingers, which is crazy to say the least. But 4, 6, however you get it done, either way, she was doing it well. We got even a little bit of dancing on stage, of course, as Galaxy Phoenix and Falcons will take over map number 2. But seriously, the Assassins making things exciting overall speeds things up a lot. I mean, again, we mentioned that from the new meta, things would be sped up. I mean, 31 kills in 11 minutes. I mean, how extraordinary is that?
It's huge, it's huge. We haven't seen it in a very, very long time. 11 to 20 maybe would warrant maybe a 30-minute game maybe, or like a late 20-minute game, but only a 15-minute game with that many kills on the board, it's already so special.
Yeah, and I mean, keep in mind, right, because as many kills as she was able to put on the board, it's a contribution of the entire team. The assassin isn't there to just wipe out every single person. You're specifically wiping out the low targets on the team. You play as cleanup, and if you're lucky, you find a priority target that you could 100-0.
Which is what was so differing about the gameplay between Nana and Fa, right? We saw Fa coming in the later portions of the team fights, understanding that everyone else on the team could get them a bit low. But for Nana, it was a lot more trickier because it seems like in her gameplay, she went in for the initiations a lot of the time, and unfortunately, there were moments where she got caught by the Sora.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's just the truth of the matchup between the Fanny alongside with the Ling. Ling can clean up, Fanny can clean up, but the difference in scaling, Ling does much better in the later stages of the game with the items that he's able to purchase. Fanny, really, really good in the early stages. Like, under turret, you are not safe.
Getting a lot of love in the chat, by the way. The stage is on. We saw you out there, Rico. It's so refreshing to watch, okay? Ling and Fanny. And that echoes the sentiment of what you're saying, right? It's nice to see the Assassins come out, see the high-octane play, see the fast action. This new meta, that's what it brought.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. I think
much fun.
We've talked about it. The casters were also talking heavily about it, and hopefully coming to this next match, we'll see another assassin v assassin. But usually when we do see the first matchup be an assassin v assassin, game number 2, sometimes they resort back to safety. They resort back to the tank jungle.
Well, hey, I tell you what, even though the ladies on stage are vicious, they had a little bit of fun with Don't Touch the Hero.
Today we're going to be playing Don't Touch the Hero. Are you girls ready?
Yeah. No.
Aurora, Sora, Lilia, Freya, Lilia, Aurora.
Oh, hell.
Freya, Aurora, Sora, Lilia, Lilia.
At this point, I'm just copying your moves. Oh my god. It's fine. Okay.
That was entertaining, and it takes at least a little bit of the pressure off that main stage or the MWI. How do you think you two would do in it?
Amazing, I do amazing.
Okay, pure confidence, Gideon.
I think I would have simulated that handshake as well of like,
Hey, that's what I did in Wild Cards. We don't talk about it.
Look, it's tough. It's tough, and I have to admit that these girls are doing a very good job because I would have absolutely ruined myself. Sora, okay, Sora. Oh, no, I'm not supposed to do that.
I think you would have done well, though, posing for the Eiffel Tower on the green screen. Let's head back to the stage, though, because it's time to get things started once again between these two great teams. Now, going back into game number 2, do we stick with the fresh meta, right? Do we continue to try it? Obviously, for the side of Galaxy Phoenix, why not? I mean, they were dominant. They ended up winning. For Team Falcon's meta, though, do we go back to the bread and butter? Would that even work against the Assassin comp?
Personally, I think yes, it does work very, very well. There was a reason why the meta always revolves around these 3 things. If tanks are in the jungle, assassins are out, then fighters need to come in to deal with the tanks. Then once the fighters become the main meta, the assassins come back because the fighters can't keep up with the assassins. It's this nasty little trifecta that always happens every single patch.
Every patch indeed. And for Falcon's meta, how do they deal with Fa? I mean, Fa was on fire the entire time, repping Claude. What's the counter to that?
I think that's a really good question because come game number 1, we saw that they actually respected Fa by taking away the Guinevere, and they're gonna do the exact same thing actually as we get into the drafts here for game number 2. But would it warrant another Ling ban in the second game?
No, I think let the Ling through. I really think that you have to tell your laners, you know what? You got to trust in the mid trio to make sure that Ling doesn't have as much impact. A lot of these assassin or purple buff assassins are dependent of, by the category of the name, the purple buff. When you have strong side on the correct side, if you are on blue, you want your EXP alongside, oh wait, sorry, if you're on blue, you want your gold alongside with your mid to be strong so you can instantly invade and steal away that purple buff. Once they have no purple buff, there's a lot more downtime where you can breathe and actually farm.
And it's funny that we were actually talking about this before the broadcast even begun, unknowing that the Fanny would actually pop up here in this last game, this last matchup between these two amazing teams, I would say. Freya gets banned out, Baxia also gets banned out. It is looking like they might be setting up for yet another assassin jungle matchup.
Did they ban Baxia out in game 1? I don't think so, right? It's only like towards the latter half. So they only went onto that third pick to ban it out. The fact that they're banning it out now, I feel like Galaxy Phoenix are already thinking about what Falcons are going to do to adapt.
That's possible. That's possible. The Beleric gets banned though. Is that in accordance to what you're saying right now?
Not 100% just yet. I want to see this third one just to be sure. Whether or not it's just we're changing up the order. Really, we already know what we want to ban and we know what we want to pick.
Okay, but in terms of bans for Teams Falcons, it's the exact same.
Hasn't changed at all.
Gwyn, Freya, Matilda banned out again. Last time they picked up the Marcel first. I'm wondering if they want to swap things around.
I think they can still do it because again, like we saw in the previous game, the mid duo, they were already going to war and they called in both their junglers at the exact same time. So it's moments like that where it's like, can you be a little bit more precise? Could you set up a better scenario? Can you win out that 2v2? And I think that's what GP is thinking about as they get rid of the Carmilla. Once again, just making sure that they cover their bases.
If I'm not mistaken, it was Galaxy that banned out the Carmilla in second phase. So the hero that they left open this time around is the Paquito. And I feel like the Paquito does really well against the Assassins, no?
It does, magically, yes, it does. But Esmeralda is still available. So technically, counterplay is in play. It's just whether or not who's going to make that first move, right? If Marcel shows up here, then it's kind of whatever on the opposite side.
Okay. Let's see. It really depends on what this first pick coming in through from Team Falcons is going to be. And this time, it's not as decisive. They're actually really thinking about it. Are they considering perhaps a different pick in game number 2?
I mean, could be.
There you go.
Esme, they give up on the Marcel very early on.
Do they want to give that up, though?
That's the thing. The Marcel is a little dangerous here. As much as Esmeralda becomes this super tank, Marcel can peel people off of their main targets pretty well. And more importantly, he's just fast.
Absolutely. I think the next matchup here, are they going to once again prioritize the Claude? It was something that really worked out for them at the very end.
It could be the carry, it could be the Claude, but at the same time, now that I see Esmeralda, there's a smaller chance of actually going for the Harris. So that's kind of out of the way, which leaves us with 3 potential heroes. One of them, I think, might be a bit better than the others, which is the Moskov. Moskov is particularly good when the junglers are playing assassins. You have a way not only to create distance, but actually push them away from you.
It makes sense if you want, more map control as well. But if they're going to be playing assassins, that could be of tremendous value, and you can utilize that to control the far lane.
You can split push and then eventually use your ult to join in on the fights.
But they don't bite.
It works both ways, but now with the Claude already locked in for the side of GP, because again, we know that GP are going to be the ones who are more likely to go for the assassins in comparison to Team Falcons.
So what's the setup now for Team Falcons?
Oh, I like this. I like the single target lockdowns. I like the high-lows a lot here.
So they learned.
They learned a little bit. I would have also preferred the Hilda. That would have been also a pretty good option. Moskov, they are thinking ahead. You know what? I should stop. I should stop. I'm here doing checker moves. They're playing chess already.
Absolutely, yeah. The Moskov comes through here. It's something that we did discuss earlier on. Hylos as well. Considering now that Galaxy Phoenix are in a position where they might be unprepared when it comes down to an assassin pick. But for some reason, looking at this comp, can Paquito jungle work?
Paquito jungle, with the nerfs, I don't think so. I personally don't think so. He doesn't get any extra benefits going into the jungle. Yes, he'll have impact, but he also still is going to be a little slow to hit level 4 because of that clear speed. You're better off in the EXP where you're still going to be relevant, and better yet, I think that right now, it's not very clear what kind of composition either side want to actually play. The Alice, very good option here from GP. Dude, Ririth, His drafting has been crazy. He is calling the shots here. Can they go on the second phase? Do you think that they're actually looking for an option for mid lane that can scale? I'm thinking like Farsa Sicilian type nonsense.
Oh man, I mean Renmar did mention the Sicilian, but if we want to go like a lot simpler, we can go for something like the Kimmy.
Kimmy?
Like Kimmy does also scale, right?
All right. If we see here on Red 4 that GP decide to get an assassin, hey, that's not the only assassin. Nothing to worry about. There's still the Hayabusas. There's still the Hellcurts. There's still the Hanzo still available. Oh man, you know what? The fun ones got banned out as well. Ling on the opposite side is the response.
That's why I saw the Fanny being banned out and then the Ling response. There is still space for, you know, the Hirara, the Nolan as well. It's something that we're more, you know, accustomed to when it came down to MWI. The Yve gets banned. Why Yve? I mean, they're up against the Claude anyway. I would have thought that they would be okay having the Yve on the other side.
Yeah, that's what I would have thought too. That's actually kind of interesting. Why get rid of the Yve at this point? Do they want to make sure that maybe they lean into a potential Valentina? And the Yve, you know, is just a really tough lane matchup, and they don't want to lose the early game.
Or do you think it's Alice in the jungle?
Alice in the jungle? I mean, that's old stuff, but it might not be the worst here. At the same time, we see that Zushin is getting banned out on the opposite end. Yep, very, very intelligent bans here from either side as we now see GP on the most important pick.
So perhaps they were just setting up for the Jushin pick.
That's what I was thinking of, right? I was
Yeah.
like, at some point, Jushin has to be entered in before you even start thinking about Sicilian and Farsa.
Yeah, that's why they banned out the Yve. They just wanted to signal that, hey, we might be picking up the Jushin, and of course the Jushin against the Yve in the lane doesn't do as well in terms of range and of course as in terms of clear. So as we get into the second phase of the drafts, this is where things are really going to just span down.
Because they basically have a mirror splitting image of the exact roles on either side, right? It's not, hey, I'm gonna give you a new question. It is, this is what I'm gonna do. And the opposite side said, you know what? We're gonna do the same. And Selena gets locked in as the dedicated mid laner. It could go into the jungle, to be fair, but it seems very unlikely.
It is. And this means that perhaps we're going to be seeing something less exciting in the jungle. Could we be, is it possible to have Assassin in the jungle and Assassin in mid?
Assassin in the jungle, sure. Assassin in mid, I think there's got to be a very clear setup, right? There has to be I need vision so I can do this. And if you have that vision, I think the only one that makes sense would technically be the Hanzo, because he's the only one who can just walk in single-handedly, steal a camping, then get out. But I want to see what Falcons want to respond, because looking at the Selena, what could be going through their minds? And Yi Shin gets locked in here, alongside with the Gore to deal with a potential secondary tank.
Okay, so they have like the bases covered, right? They have a really strong mid laner, heavy burst as well, a lot of high damage. I'm really worried about the front lines coming in from Team Falcons and whether or not Galaxy have enough damage to deal with them right now. What is their choice? Suyo against the Gord and the Esme.
Interesting. This is a high-risk comp coming out of GP. They understand, I think we got better mechanics and we're going to out-mechanic them. And I think that Falcons, they got to prove them wrong here. If they play a solid, standardized game, they will inevitably win the longer this game goes.
And technically with the Marcel and the Selena, if they can go for heavy invades into the enemy jungle, it could just work out.
Well, the team comps matched up before, and it went to the way of Galaxy Phoenix. This time around, Team Falcons tries to play around Galaxy Phoenix. Will it pay off? Well, let's find out. It's game number 2. The two Titans face off once again. Miriko, Athena, take it away.
Here we go into the Ladder Dawn for possibly the final game of the day. At least that's what Galaxy Phoenix wants. For Falcons Meta, they're going to prolong the series all the way to 3 games, 1 each. Now, it's all about speed when we look at the composition coming in from Galaxy Phoenix. The Suyo, clearing fast in the jungle, together with the Season Hunter Selena. We have to take a look at the emblems later on. If it is a Season Hunter Selena, that means it's all about getting tempo, getting to the neutral objective first, and then blitzing it before Falcons Meta can even react.
Yep, it's all about snowballing here for GXP, and let's see if they will be able to do it. Because it turns out when it comes to our drafts earlier, it was
is.
quite surprising. Okay, now we confirm it with Galaxy Phoenix emblem builds here for the Selena.
Yep, the Season Hunter on the Selena. This is classic. Usually you would use a Uranus in XP or even a Paquito. Someone that can cut, someone that can clear really fast. Oh! Almost a take there from Lemma. Delays Nana by quite a bit, and this certainly will give Fa a bit more of an advantage to play with.
Definitely. So GXP is now playing right to their strengths, making the game faster. It's now all about Nucci being forced out of her Revitalize, but it's okay because now for Falcon's Mena, they just have to be really careful into giving those numbers rolling in for Galaxy Phoenix.
Yeah. Falcon's Mena really want to try to match that speed that Galaxy Phoenix are playing with. Thing is, though, they just don't have the composition to do so.
They don't.
I think at this point, they have to just give away some of that pressure. Nocturne's already rotated, though.
Oh.
Get out the flicker. Mountain Shocker up.
Okay,
that's a big resource spent.
That is. Imagine, just to try and prevent the inevitable here from happening from Lemma. Although the flicker was actually used here. So might as well for Falcon's Mena. Small wins do matter. Small steps ahead of them before they actually try and contest this neutral objective. Now, talking about the speed of the game for GXP, if they are not able to actually capitalize on their snowballing potential, I think that might be one of the cons of what they wanted to do here for game number 2.
So let's see it. Level 4 already. They go for the gank on Nocturne. Nucci.
Okay, Nucci trying to hold over onto Fa. Syrinx with a successful first blood and Mystic Gush right on her face. Link tried to run away. Also, the flicker force out. That is numerous advantages for Falcon's Mena. But Sophia and Lemma just goes on ahead of it, eliminating Jungler altogether. Ling falling in with Crimson Gleam. They're keeping it watch here. Neutral objective should be covered now. Fa right on cue will be secured. That one, and Sophia going wild onto the front line, getting just enough of the damage to take down Nucci in the process. Nocturne fighting onto 3 women here from GXP, and she's taking most of the damages, but still not enough to sustain numerous team fights. GXP actually turned the tides into their favor on that one.
All in. Golden Hour. Lemma gets away. Nana's caught in the bad spot.
Okay, she's trying to run away as fast as she could, and that might be the end for now of that very colorful fights.
It looks so good for Falcon's Mena. Just for a second, you thought Galaxy Phoenix's composition, their main win condition, got derailed so early on with Fa taken down up top. But then, a monstrous arrow. Clinical, crazy accuracy by Sophia. Back to back to back, landing on these crucial targets. And she becomes the assassin. It almost seems like Fa on the Suyo becomes a bit more of a distraction, just to open up for the real carry, who's the assassin in mid, Sophia.
Yeah, Sophia, the first one that we saw a very spectacular Selena play today. Although we've seen that play out onto Sini as well earlier for Team Vitality. But so far, for her accuracy rate, is all over on the roof here for GXP. Now for Falcon's Mena. We've mentioned that they also have to kind of derail EXP, but also not just derail, but also have to choke them out and compromise their own jungling pattern, because it looks like they're the ones copying or ones just reacting to what Sophia and Lemma is trying to do. Now we see Nana slowly making her way, delaying some of those jungle camps to just try and delay things up here for Fa.
One thing that you have to notice as well is the fact that with the Soul Sever getting nerfed in this patch, it's going to be very difficult for Fa to actually look for that damage.
Okay.
Ling?
Okay, they may just be able to compensate that if ever they're all together right now. SOD will hit out, and Names goes in. That's too predicted here for Lemma, but at least for Nucci, they still got the kill. Sophia going in hot. Kinda heavy position here for GXP. They have to disengage, and that is exactly what they will do. Looks like it's going to be a free turtle here for Falcon's Mena.
It comes through Names and also Syrinx being able to just shred through these frontliners. Link's not nearly tanky enough to deal with all of this damage.
Yep.
It's a very, very good mix of magic and physical. Winnie, though, was able to get a couple of hits down below, and now is starting to go on Names. Wave not in the place for them to dive.
Okay.
But Fa might just want to go for it.
It's all about making it easier for Fa. If Fa isn't able to do it, there are other members that could compensate for the lack of damage so far because of the nerf from Fa.
There should be a turret takedown below. It should also be an invade. It does seem like for both junglers, they're just going to trade size of the map right now. Nana going up top to the Beetle. Ling is playing it safe though. Doesn't decide to blink. It will be turret for turret. Abyssal Arrow doesn't land. Fa.
Ooh, that's 2 ultimates onto the mid lane committed. Not any equal exchange at all from GXP. Although they've got a turtle onto the top lane, I think GXP still got the most out of it. Denial of the buff, turret onto the bottom side, plus they forced out multiple ultis here from Falcon's Mena.
So now it's back to the slow game. And if you're thinking about the slow game, it really should be beneficial for Falcon's Mena. They have a very good composition to scale into the late game. The Moskov, Gord, Yisun, Shin, heck, even the Esmeralda, all will find a lot of value. But then you look at GXP and the fact that they can split things up a lot as well, right? It comes down to delaying these skirmishes with the Marcel, making it awkward, and then landing the crucial arrows to possibly turn things around. It is a very, very difficult lineup to pull off, but if Galaxy Phoenix does it, that's insane momentum and morale boost to take into the knockout stage.
They are really used to high mechanical players here, or high mechanical skills as well. And Fa will get that opening. What a wild play here for GXP. And Ling with a Torrent of Roman hitting onto 2 members. Dave's trying to go for the free hits, but the damage just isn't there yet. Lemma on the other hand will be the sacrifice. Instead, that's 2 members for 1, but GXP still have the chance to overturn that. Winnie right on cue with a BMI, but there is Nocturne just right in the corner, taking advantage of the chaos as well, and Fa onto the front with the evil cooler, and the narrow will just hit or just miss at all here for GXP.
And it's the combo of the Marcel and the Selena as well. The Golden Hour locks them in place. The artillery gets locked from the Golden Hour too, and it just auto-connects on the members you see. Again, very difficult composition to pull off, but so far they've done a fantastic job at executing it. Up top now, they send the Claude. Winnie trying to go for the siege, as Nocturne has to respect it. Galaxy Phoenix, they have enough damage to deal with the frontliners, and they have enough sustain to deal with Falcon's Mena's damage dealers as well.
This is actually good for GXP. Although we mentioned that this is something they're really difficult to pull off, they're also were able to pull off the macro side of things as well, controlling the map, preventing names with actually annihilating the rest of them, and giving Winnie all the winning lanes here. SOD with Whis out here onto Winnie. Very close call there for Galaxy Phoenix. Now they rearrange, they regroup as well. Really taking their time here as Nucci gets falling into the mid lane. Syrinx with the Mystic Gush of Winnie. Going in head-to-head on her with a blazing duet, all connecting onto the mid lane here for Falcon's Mena. Now onto the mid lane, it's Fal going wild. Ling as well, dodging and sustaining all those damages as well. Sophia still alive and kicking, hitting on those arrow marks. Fal with a double kill. Now that's how they play. That's how hard they go against Falcon's Mena.
The back and forth is beautiful by Galaxy Phoenix. Falcon's Mena, they always are in awe of what's happening, of what's hitting them right now. They're confused, left in confusion every single time. They think it's just going to be a clean front to back, where they've already gotten the sustain, where they already have the CC locked down on some of these members. But then Galaxy Phoenix, they utilize this composition, not in a way where it's just arrows coming in, clean up attempts as well, but also them outmaneuvering Falcon's Mena. You see the all-in happen here with the Glorious Pathway and the Mystic Gush, but then you see just how many of these resources are used to perfection. The Golden Hour to delay, the rest of the team utilizing those mobility skills to get out of harm's way and then to re-engage when it's all safe, when it's okay, when there are layers of frontliners coming in, and you get to see that final blade surge. Now Nucci, again getting desperate. Popping the Glorious Pathway early. Up top, it's a good lane. Throw the ruin!
Okay, that's 4 member caught again here. But Lemma and Ling Fa with a mega kill. Immediate takedown onto the jungler. Now for the double.
Wow.
Lemma on the surge, hot on her tail.
Lemma.
Even with the flicker as well. Needs for the free hit. Now they go for the trade. But I think that won't be enough of an answer against GXP as Fa secures a triple kill. Now it's Names all alone here on the bottom side. Fa and Ling targeting her. And that is going to be a last hit for Sophia. 4 members are actually a wipeout against Falcon's Mena by GXP.
Even when the arrows don't land, it plays such a crucial role in these team fights. Sophia with an arrow that didn't land but forced the step away from Names. She had to take that blade surge to the face and then the Purify desperately to try to get away. GXP are playing one hell of a game of MLBB. 5,700 gold lead. A Lord up top pushing in as well. And all this while, they've been able to get these turrets down before. It's a holy shield down below. Look at the items. They've been able to get so much, and Fa has a Sky Piercer. I believe it was 60 stacks earlier. This is massive for someone who died so early on before Turtle 1 to get 60 stacks. After a Sky Piercer, you usually start feeding.
Oh my gosh, it's all about the QSG as well from the arrows from Sophia that made it easier for Fa to actually come back from the first blood suddenly from Falcon's Mena. Plus, it creates a lot of space interruptions against Falcon's Mena, which is what they're exactly doing. And now its Name's being targeted. Holy shields pop off. Another arrow right onto the face and a follow with a tornado throw in here for Ling. There's going to be a golden R. Okay, frozen on the moment is serving. So with the Mystic Gush, they tried to find an answer and they find it on the body of Ling. But still GXP, they were able to pop off Holy Shields, able to destroy a base turret. And now they're eyeing out a possible or a potential kill. But still for Falcon's Mena, they're trying to force their way in against Winnie.
Oh
with
my
a
God.
do it now, he's going back up again. And Nocturne onto the front line. It's not enough to sustain at all as Fat gets an opening with a mega kill following up. For a moment as well, what a chase down here. It's 2 members down here, but Nana gets a shutdown kill. And GXP, what a play here.
80 stacks on the board. She's fully stacked up. There was a shutdown over to Sophia, but GXP got the base turret in the far lane. They won't even have to send anybody over down below to set up that slow push anymore. So it's all about playing it calm now. I know they thrived on playing it chaotic, on just going for these chaotic brawls, but it's time for them to slow things down as they wait for the Lord to spawn. 30 seconds on the clock. The wave in the bottom lane will be slow pushing. It's all about taking prio in mid and top and then forcing Falcon's Mena to react, either by sending someone bot or by completely giving the Lord over to GXP.
This is how they set their name high here on MWI. They may be tagged as newcomers, but with the way that they move...
Oh my God, that arrow landed. It was just the Traceless that saved her.
Okay, that is multiple dangers up ahead here for Falcon's Mena. I think if they want to contest this Lord, they have to cross over onto Sophia, which in fact will land another arrow in the trap. And Fa yet again, incoming attack, and Ling with a drone of ruin Fa, targeting Names. Okay, there's going to be a mini stun here for Falcon's Mena. Ranks with a Mystic Gush, but she will be caught yet again here by Ling. Nocturne cannot sustain the 5 members attacking them continuously from Galaxy Phoenix. Another arrow in the face of Nana. Fa with a finishing move, double kill as well. Sophia might fall down, but still for Galaxy Phoenix, that is a huge win advantage. That is a huge kill advantage, and now they're slowly making their way onto the base. Mid lane base turret being targeted. There's going to be a Glare Spotlight to try to link things up here against GXP, but no. It might be the end as Fa closely survives. No, Ranks and Names getting a name out of Ling and Whitney. Still defending for their life here against GXP.
And they get 3 base turrets already. Everything stripped down to the crystal. I know I said to play safe. I said to play safe. I said to play it slow. You know what? Screw that. Just do your thing, man. Galaxy Phoenix, they like it fast. They want to go in. They want to just look for those chaotic duels. And it's facilitated through Sophia landing these arrows. It's just ridiculous how disgustingly accurate Sophia's been on those arrows. Finding these angles that makes it so difficult for Falcons Meta to react to. Another arrow again just lands on Nocturne. I'm surprised he doesn't have Wishing Lantern at this point. It's a poking tool. It's like you're playing Navaria. It's like you have an Astral Echo placed on all of them. The hitbox is doubled whenever Sophia's on the Selena.
That would be the cherry on top if ever she plans to build up the Wishing Lantern at this point. Because now for GXP, they got a Lord. They've got most of the turrets out of the way. Now they just have to find a very good setup with... So far, they have been landing onto the body of Ling, and with the use of Lem as well with the golden hour. Not to mention, if you manage to dodge those critical ultimates, the arrow will still hit you just on cue. I just mentioned this one, and it happened right before the Lord responds. Okay, Lemma might have been too early onto that fight.
Okay, that was an overheat for sure.
Yep.
Okay, maybe now they need to play it slow because they got the Lord, they got everything, but they still have to respect the fact that Falcons Meta have a good scaling composition. If they're able to prolong this game even further, they might be able to contest the Lord. You can already see that clear with the Gord, Easton, Shin, and Moskov. This Lord is gone straight up. You need all 5 of your members with the arrows landing. Remember, if these arrows just land inside of the base, they can just walk back to their fountain, get all their HP back, and then reset all over again. That certainly has delayed things for GXP, and it's given Falcons Meta a second win.
It's all about stretching out the game here for Falcons Meta. For GXP, yeah, you are dominating, but there is still the wave clear present, and the heroes for Falcons Vega, or Falcons Meta rather, that is slowly catching up.
Speaking of stacks, 37 on that Thunderbell, 56 on the Sky Piercer, so we see how that has impacted GXP, how it's given Falcons Meta a bit more chance in this game. It's no longer 80, so they won't start disappearing from the map whenever they get low.
It's all about maintaining a low profile for now for Falcons Meta. But still, you can't keep a low profile as there's someone always attacking and giving the vision here, which is Sophia from Galaxy Phoenix. Now, they might not force out a team fight just yet. More on the macro side of things is Galaxy Phoenix, Phoenix needs to focus on.
Look at Fa.
Okay, Fa and Lemma has other things in mind. No,
they don't want to wait for the Lord. They want to go in.
Okay, Golden R caught on the 3 members here. Syrinx being caught here by Ling, and a follow Throne of Ruin as well. Fa with the last hit. It's going in with the Blazing Duet with Winnie. Frozen Moon as well. Double kill. The 2 members down. Now it's 3 members left to defend for their base, but no, they still get it. Fa with the triple kill. Galaxy Phoenix just fucking hit. This might be the winning goal, winning moment that they need. 5 members still up, and it's only Nocturne left. And this is it. Galaxy Phoenix ensures the 2-0.
A maniac for Fa. Delayed Savage, or rather a denied Savage by Nocturne, but it don't matter. Galaxy Phoenix are able to get the job done with a clean sweep. A statement victory to send them into top 8. And perhaps a declaration of war with this composition. A statement for sure. A win with one of the craziest, one of the toughest compositions to pull off, and they pulled it off all the way. It was crisp, clean, the arrow, the flanks, not waiting for the Lord and just subverting all of our expectations, especially Falcons Mena's. They weren't ready for that play. They thought it was going to be slow. They've expected teams to just play around the Lord after losing, or after winning this hard, after getting defended over and over again.
Galaxy Phoenix may have come as a newcomer this season, but no, they should never be treated as such. What an amazing way to end the day for MWI. That is somehow one of the most dominating wins that we've seen today so far.
We've seen dominant wins in the form of calculated domination, macro control, no shutdowns given. But now we're going to talk to some of the players with Hollywood, Rob, and Cheryl.
Now, Hatias, congratulations. You guys just punched your tickets to the knockout stages. Galaxy Phoenix has risen to the occasion. Now, I do have a question for you, Sophia, and that is, this is the first international
appearance that you guys have been, and you have dominated the world stage. So how are you feeling? Are you guys like nervous at all? Because this is a spectacular performance.
For us, even though this is our first international stage, but we prepare for it for months, so it's okay. We can maybe go to grand final.
And even on its own, this is potentially the best showing even, you know, for Cambodia. Are you guys super proud? I believe a lot of our fans back in Cambodia are super proud from where you guys are right now. How are you feeling about that?
I feel very proud of us that we we prepare for train for a long time, so it's time for us to show our skills.
That's true. It is time for them to shine.
And so far, of course, you have been showing your skills. You've already beaten 2 champions, actually have swept 2 champions from 2 different regions. Is there any specific team that you have your eyes on next?
I think Vitality, because she is the 2025 champion.
Okay, eyes on the champion, of course. You absolutely love to see this level of play right here. Congratulations again on your victory and qualifying to the knockout stage. Let's go ahead and send things over to our studio.
Galaxy Phoenix pulls it off with a 2-0 victory. They did it very well, and they will officially be moving forward into the knockout stage. Congratulations to them. For Team Falcons Minute, however, I know...
Download. Wow, này bài này. Đảo này, đảo.
Download đủ đến gameplay cho.
Đảo này, đảo này, đảo này. Tôi sắp tờ AP. Mấy cái sắp tờ AP nè, AP lẹ vào đây nè. Vậy thao giúp mình máu tẹt chưa AP là buộc cô ơi. Không khi lượt tim muối sai mà dốt tẹt chưa sai mà dốt ơi. Vậy tha Ronaldo đã tẹt chưa Messi vậy. Tôi chu chưa Messi vậy. Bao giờ miên vung vuốt
nem thêm mình
một con ta nói gì vậy tôi chưa biết là sai mà dốt hả dốt mấy sai mà dốt bốc nè ồ
sai mà dốt bốc nè
sai mà dốt bốc nè dốt mấy
ôi tờ này là này
họ nghe hai pe đang ngay
cái ổ nó comment sắc cái pu này cái mình mang được sắc cái pu
mình sắc cái pu
pu nó pu
ui gì
pu đi á
pu đúng rồi
nghe
pu
hai pu với nhà
mình mang từ sắc từ pu đúng à mình là e-football là tiếng Anh thằng một cái đó
tẹt chiên tê slime Messi vô mong trời ăn tẹt chứa slime Messi vô mong slime Messi vậy mấy đi lấy
thằng tiên lược pin thôi vợ khắp năng á
pin rồi biết rồi thì nha up last bạn anh mà như
học đi bà khơi trong lược pin đại mà lọ 10
song team cái bay vậy
wow anh bằng e-football xạ đại hơi
song team cái bay cái 4 năng lượng năng mình
cái delete line update thế kìa này download
em bị cọ sai rồi em tụt lại chứ ơi
chẳng nơi link
có cho lao dùng thoáng tôi liền
share link pin cà đọt đi Asia mà nhận được thôi bữa sáng giờ sáng tin đó bữa sáng chị spy chứ mình lỗi ơi áo nó dụ tông màn cho nám mà lực pin vợ khác này
đã mình nhầm màu
điểm đó rồi
tiếp cái buồn hơi cái
ấy đâu rồi lên mùi bảng rồi
tôi mình nè giúp năng ngày đăng ấy kia tôi mà ấy kia nó cô nó người tha của cái này giúp năng hăng lấy tôi mới vi phạm
cái này
vậy đó bởi khơi khơi dấu ý hay toàn cho game ấy
នេះវឌ្ឍនាឲ្យជាប់យកហ្គេមដែរមកធីមទៀតប៉ះ
14អូន14ឆ្នាំជួយក្មេងមាន14
និយាយថាយកមិញល្អមើលណា
មិនបានហើយបានជេអាគីណុយចឹង
យកនិយាយថាយកមិញល្អមើលណាគេទាត់គ្នាអូនអាប៉េយំអូនអាម៉ាសោចឲ្យថតទាត់គ្នា
Thôi, giờ số tên nữa này. Số đấy.
Khô từ cái khô cái
khơi khơi khơi
50
khơi chọn xây khơi